Yes, guys, welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the Weekend Roundup Show. Hold tight, the 3 Point Collectors. Word to the FCM podcast that was on last night. A round of applause for them. Very good job. No claps from Matthijs.
Nice
I am with Matthijs. The Don is in the building, fresh from his incredible walk last week in a beautiful Jamaica training shirt. Round of applause to him once more. You can still donate, by the way. You
can still donate. You can still
understand.
Yeah.
And then next to him, we've got Abbi Summers, who has got away with it, really, because her team hasn't played yet.
No, but you know what? Big up Abbi, right? Because she donated as well.
Big up.
I saw that donation you put in, man. That was a big donation as well.
It was a big donation. Listen, I finally got my money. Finally got my money from Matthijs. Finally got my money from Flex. And I said I was going to give it to charity. So what a better charity to give it to.
Oh, thank
you very much. Does that take off your charity bet that you've currently got going?
Our bet,
is that like a down payment?
Well, our bet was only if Expressions was getting involved in it. So I'm yet to hear from X if X is
and I have to say, right, when I walked past Tottenham, they were very respectful. They were all right, man. They treated me nice.
Good.
You know what I mean? Like, they come out, spoke to me, all the
nice.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Lots of banter. But good. It was really good. It was really good. And to be honest, right, when I went to Chelsea as well, they're really, really nice there as well. And the guy at Chelsea, he goes, all right, when you did the last walk, which was like 7 years ago, he goes, I'd only just started at Chelsea, and I remember you came in around the ground and all that, and he goes, do you want to come in? And he started giving all the back. He goes, I'll show you the trophies and all that. And I said to him, I thought you showed me the 11 goalkeepers you signed.
I was going to say, they probably thought you were a player. They haven't got a clue.
Well, at least they're being nice to someone.
They thought you just signed.
Yeah.
Strange.
New right back.
I want to know what's going on at Chelsea as well.
Well, listen, we're going to be speaking about that. Don't you worry. You've not even said a word. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just crack on.
All right, just crack on.
You're very quiet.
First cooking of the season. You probably got away with it quite lightly.
You ain't getting away with it, man. No, we're not thinking about it.
We'll deep dive into it.
Begin.
Before we begin the cooking, we'll turn the stove on, let it simmer for a bit. But before we cook, don't forget the Premier League is back, and so is the Fairplay app. We've been loving it so far this season, trying to win some good old cash, aren't we? It allows you to hold your friends accountable for those friendly wagers that never get paid on time. Doesn't sound like
something that we'd do around this table.
No, not at all.
No.
But now there's even better prizes on Fairplay with massive sweepstakes and massive big prize pots up for grabs. Start of the season may already begun, but you can still sign up to the FPL sweepstake with a huge £5,000
cash.
Bit more energy, please, guys, right?
Cash.
Still open for you to join, get involved, find it on the app. There's a £10 entry fee. And if it isn't your cup of tea, the old football, I don't know what you're watching this for if it isn't. But Fairplay also running sweepstakes this week on Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Emery versus Arteta. I will be there, and we're going to debate that. So get your Emery's Arteta. We might even do a poll on it later in the show. Because that
already started.
Went off, didn't it?
Yeah, Yardman. They've already
Millions
started
of views.
the debate. The debate started already.
It's crazy. We've also got the F1 Dutch Grand Prix. You're going to be watching that?
Yep.
I hope so, yeah.
Where is it in Holland? Do you know?
We'll have to see if it clashes.
Come for the name of the ring.
Fair enough.
Got to check it.
We've also got the PGA BMW Championship. Right, bit of golf for me and more. So if you're watching this weekend sport in action, download the Fairplay app today and make sure you click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. You must be over 18 and you must gamble responsibly. But shout out to Fairplay for looking after us. We are going to get into the Superchats after we talk about the Premier League being back, and we must start at Stamford Bridge. We must get it out the way if you want. Early doors, let them know you're there.
Maresca era kicked off in style.
Yeah,
you love to
with
see
a home loss. So it was Chelsea 0, Man City 2. City now unbeaten in 10 games against Chelsea since you beat them in the Champions League final. Haaland dunked on Cucurella, giving it all that.
Why is he giving it?
Dunked. And
I knew that was going to come back.
Why did he even sing that in the first place?
I think it was a song.
It wasn't even a good
I think it was a song that
Terrible
was
song.
created by the fans. Someone was saying that it used to be for another player. I can't remember. I think Turkish was telling me this yesterday. But I knew once he sung that song, he was talking about Grealish's calves in training as well. I knew once he sung that song, 100% it's come back to bite him. Because last season when we drew 4-4, he was the one that gave away the penalty on Haaland to put them 1-0 up. And he was the last person to come into contact with Haaland before he scored this goal as well. So, yeah.
Well, he got bullied off it.
Yeah, well, obviously. Like
he was trembling somewhat.
Cucurella was never going to be able to physically outmuscle Haaland, so I already knew that. I said it in my preview, man.
Coming.
I knew what was
we dunked on him.
That's why I said we need to score 2 goals.
But, I mean, Enzo was made captain before the game. There was a lot of speak about that, which we touched on last week. But, I mean, the players that weren't playing yesterday, do you know what? I actually feel a bit of empathy. You know, we all do the laugh, the banter stuff. For him personally, because I know how much Chelsea means to him, and he's a day one, you know, he's been going to games. For the people that actually love that club, in my opinion, it's just getting ripped out in front of them.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
It is, but I'm also at the point where I feel sorry for the real football. All the little Klingons I'm not asked about, but the actual real fans.
Nah.
They're watching their club being destroyed from board level down.
They had a
they cheated to get all that, didn't
land on their pitch and buy the club and give them every single thing they could have ever hoped and dreamed for. And
sorry, bro.
Can I just give my analysis? Why'd you set her up? Why'd you give her the free ball for this?
I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you for the assist.
Abby,
you're just.
We don't agree much.
She's.
But you agree.
No, but Robin,
I was just trying to look out for my boy.
Robbie, you're shaking her hand.
The demise of Chelsea is just a work of art. Like,
you're shaking her hand, but
it's being teared down from the inside, and it's gorgeous.
Land. The runway is clear. You may land.
Roman had a choice to pick between Chelsea and Tottenham. It was heads or tails, and he just happened to choose us. So it could have been, you know, she's just salty from that because she knows that.
Oh, I am.
It was very.
I
it was very close.
It
could have been her.
You had the future I should have had.
Yes,
I was wallowing there mid-table, trophyless with one cup.
What it shows you now, though?
You got your revenge.
Who's having the last laugh?
What
Still you.
Still
you.
Money doesn't always. If you don't use money smartly.
Yeah, no, 100%.
What's going on?
Listen, it's a complicated one because I think first of all it is Man City. Now for me, I wanted a result out of that game. Everybody wants a result out of that game. I don't think we should get too comfortable with saying we played well, but we didn't get any result. But because it's a new manager, the hope is and the expectation is as the season progresses, we're going to get stronger and stronger. I think that's something that we all have to accept. We're not expected to play Maresca ball day one after just having a pre-season with him for the first time and obviously jetting off here, there and everywhere in America. I think our pre-season could have been a bit better. We wasn't great in pre-season. It showed itself on the pitch in terms of defensively off the ball. We was allowing Cover to run through us, allowing Haaland to bully us. We have a very weak team, which I think it makes us
after one game.
No, the team is weak in terms of. I'm not even talking
physicality,
about there's not much physicality in the team. The midfield is easy to get through in terms of physicality. The defense is quite weak. There's no like Rodri or Saliba or Gabriel. There's no Rudiger. It's a very weak. Yeah. Nah, you've done too much. It's a very weak team in terms of physical, which means technically we have to be on point. And the truth of the matter is we just wasn't on point technically. Like we had some good moments and Lavi I thought was pretty good. Fofana had some moments where he saved us, but I thought Enzo wasn't great, especially in the first half. He just gave the ball away way too much, heavy touches. Jackson taking like 10 touches before he shoots. We didn't get Palmer in the game as much as we usually did last season, which was disappointing. But I think even Stamford Bridge was flat as well. So obviously I wasn't there, but I heard it was extremely flat, and they're disgruntled probably with the higher up. So there's a lot of people like going off into corners. Some people are loving the way that we're going in terms of Chelsea fans, like buying young players and they see the vision and potential. But
what percentage of people is that?
That's got to be low percentage.
I think if I'm going globally, because obviously Twitter sometimes makes you feel like it's a bigger place than it is, but if I'm going globally, I still feel like most people that I speak to, on average, it would be 70% are concerned. And have every right to be, because when you spend this amount of money and you're bringing on Gue, and you're bringing on, no disrespect, I like Gue, he's 18, but he's not the person to come on to change a game against Man City. You're bringing on Gue, you're bringing on Dewsbury Hall. Neto is the only one that you could actually say, okay, right, he could make a difference. But it's disappointing because I don't feel like the margins in that game were as wide as maybe people will look at with the score. Like they have someone that puts the ball in the back of the net and we don't. We created chances. They created chances and we didn't put the ball in the back of the net and they did.
Should you have had a penalty?
I'm not looking back at that. I'm not looking back at that. I'm not bothered about that.
Got to ask.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about that.
Not.
But I asked because it was only 1-0 at the time with 10 minutes to go. It could have changed it.
Nah. Look, if 80 minutes have gone and you're looking at a decision that's not even clear cut to get you back in, then you got a problem. At the end of the day, both boxes weren't good enough. I think all the nice pretty little stuff in the middle, if you're not good enough in both boxes and you don't have some of the fundamentals that you need in the Premier League, you're not going to be able to compete. So, but it is Man City, and that's why I say like. I'm disappointed. I think we could have got something out of that, but we also have to remember that we have to move on because it is only the first game.
Robbie, what did you make of that? City, clinical, Chelsea,
City were clinical.
Flat?
City were clinical, but an under-strength City. No Rodri.
True.
Right? There's no Grealish. No
basketball.
Yeah.
No, Oscar Bob.
Are we naming clear-cut starters though?
I'm just.
But even clear-cut
I think
starters.
Rodri. I think Rodri.
Rodri's the main one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, there was
Kovacic wasn't good enough last season.
Maybe man of the
He
match.
didn't have John Stones playing.
Yeah, John
starting.
Stones
He's
on
always
the
injured.
bench.
He's injured for half the
He's
season.
on the bench, and
Walker was
on
starting.
the bench.
Walker wasn't good last year.
But he was still a starter.
Akanji's better than
There
him
were
right now.
players that were starters.
Bro,
that
I hear
sit
that.
on the
Don't
bench.
go down this
That
way.
No.
To me,
To see my guy go out.
No.
It was almost like
I'm just trying to name proper flesh starters.
City
not
to
squad
me
players.
didn't
Kyle Walker
really-
fresh starters.
Kyle Walker's not good.
City to me
Starter.
didn't really get out of first gear. Like it was a pretty comfortable win. I was expecting that game. I was expecting it to be like that first game of the season against Man City. You guys are supposed to be going at it, flying in there, brand new manager, 11 new signings. Remember. 11 new signings they've made this season.
In the squad.
Oh yeah.
You've made no signings. We've made one signing, right? In Calafiori, right? 11 new sign. That place is supposed to be on fire.
But Robbie, none of those.
Everyone's supposed to be buzzing with anxiety. Yeah, I mean,
But
it was a comfortable afternoon.
They started on.
Well,
but most
so
of your players have been bought within the last 12 to 18 months. They're all new players.
When we say 11 new signings, none of those signings started. Right.
Okay, but why does it matter either way?
But it's 11 new signings.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because none of them.
What I'm saying
none
is,
of them started.
what I'm
Half
saying
of them
is,
are out back
normally,
on loan.
most teams, right? When you got new signings, every place is buzzing.
Yeah, but so let me.
I can't wait to see him.
Yeah,
can't wait to see that.
That's what I'm saying. When you make 11 signings, when you make 11
signings
signings and none of them start and half of them are going back out on loan to Boca Juniors or Strasbourg, there's no point mentioning 11 signings. That's why people are frustrated.
This is why now, right, I start to look on it and I think because last week I was thinking, Chelsea are going to have a good season. They're going to be a lot better than they were last year. I still think they will be better than last year, but it's a very worrying situation what I see there yesterday. Number one, they didn't play well as far as I was concerned. For the team that's playing at home, first game of the season. Everybody has first games of the season. Ipswich, I saw their game against Liverpool. Place was buzzing, right? I'm looking at the place looked flat. The fans looked worried, right? I heard they were singing Conor Gallagher's name, right? They're bringing on Dewsbury Hall, who's not better than Conor Gallagher, but they're trying to sell Gallagher. That doesn't make sense to me. They paid £88 million for Mudryk. They brought in Pedro Neto. Mudryk didn't even get a game. Raheem Sterling's issuing statements before the game even starts, saying that, I'm ready, I'm fit and ready to play. And, obviously very disgruntled that he's been left out. It looks like they're trying to, force him out of the club, right? They're trying to force various different players that he spent loads and loads of money out of the club. It's an absolute mess at Chelsea from what I can see at the moment. Off the pitch, Todd Bowley gets up and runs off before the end of the game. Those things don't look good. The optics of it. Listen, he might have been trying to get away before the crowds come out. I know how busy it gets down there, but the optics of that don't look good. Then on the pitch, Cucurella run up his mount on Haaland. Haaland just swats him away and scores that goal. All round.
Sanchez for the goal, second goal.
Sanchez for the he's supposed to save that.
You've got 7 others to pick from.
And on top of that, when you mention that, you spent how many Lavia played well, by the way.
Yeah, Lavia was good.
He was 50 million, Lavia?
58 maybe.
Right, 58 million for Lavia, 105 million for Enzo, and 115 million, right, for Caicedo, right? And then the guy that you sold, for 20 million, rocks up 30 million. He scores the winner against you, and you got Conor Gallagher on the bench. You don't even know whether he's going to be at Chelsea or he's going to be at Atletico Madrid. For me, a total and utter mess. I want to hear from Clara Abitzi.
Yeah,
the big Chelsea fan. What are you saying, Clara? Because I need you to explain to me what's going on.
Honestly.
How do you actually feel as a Chelsea fan? Because to me, if I was a Chelsea fan, and I hear what you're saying about Chelsea fans, right? If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm very worried at this moment in time.
You'd be
because
depressed.
That's not a good... I think they needed something to lift them off. And I think, when I looked at the starting lineup for
It's not
City,
weak.
I thought there was a chance there.
There was a chance.
Well, this is why you'll probably end up doing not so bad, because you've bought so many different players that there is quality in there. So you're not going to be you're not going to hit relegate or anything like that because there's too much quality there. But that's not because of, the board buying, good, smart talent. That's not because they've got any idea what's going on or they back a manager. That's because they've bought so much talent that there's too much that eventually they will be fine. But my biggest concern, if I was a Chelsea fan, is the way that they treat your own players, your either academy graduates or players at your club.
Does it surprise you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily surprise me because of what this ownership are like, but it still surprises me because these are academy graduates
that have dedicated their life,
that have come
Chelsea.
through there. You know, whether it was Mason Mount before he went to Manchester United, the treatment of him.
6 years old.
Conor Gallagher, captain last season, 37 games. Even Chalobah. Broha, like the way that they're treating those players, disgusting. And then on the Raheem Sterling thing, I think he's absolutely right to call them out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. This is a club that is not showing 1 ounce of respect to their players that have either come through the academy or they've got on their books. And if I was Raheem Sterling, I don't think there's anything wrong with allowing that statement to come out.
I saw that on the club Chelsea club website, they've got 42 players in their squad. 42, right? And you're only allowed a 20-man squad in the Premier League. Yeah, like for the game for yesterday, you can only have 20 players. So obviously players have got to be dropped, but they're obviously trying to get Sterling out. Remember, they still got Lukaku. Honestly, I can't think of a club right now that's in more of a mess.
They're trying to make this so untenable for those players. They're trying to make it untenable.
I did have a problem with Enzo being the captain. I'm sorry, right? Yeah. I'm not. He may have apologised or whatever. I don't know the full details of that. But especially with what's gone on this summer in this country, to make him captain, that don't seem...
Tone deaf.
Yeah, it seems very tone deaf to me, and that just adds on top of the mess that I see at Chelsea. It's crazy right now what's going on.
I don't think Chelsea fans, a lot of them obviously like Matisse, realise and aware of the situation and the potential ramifications of what they're doing now, what could come back on them in 3 or 4 years. But there are some Chelsea fans that don't want to almost accept it. They do think that there is the bright future there. It reminds me of a Rubik's Cube, right? At some point across the season, one of the combinations might work and you stick with it for a few games, then it might fall down again. You've got that many players that you can interchange and try 4 or 5 different systems, to be honest, but from above to down on the pitch,
4 or 5 teams.
The only glimpse of positivity yesterday was when Neto came on, and it's not like he got a standing round of applause when he came on. They gave him a little clap, but he got to the byline, put it back, lifted the energy a little bit. But I just...
What happened to Mudryk now?
I don't know.
I said it at the time.
What's happened to Mudryk?
You've been consistent,
I actually reacted.
I
reacted to that news on DR Sports when it broke. I think me and Alex were actually doing some news live piece, and I was not excited because I just did not really see or understand why we needed to shell out the amount of money we did on him. And now he's being put in a position where Sterling has to leave, or he's going to be on quality third choice, because Sterling's still a better winger than him, even though Sterling was not great last season at all. He's still a better winger than Mudryk, in my opinion. So you're looking at, but you know, the manager's gonna have to give him a lot of one-to-one time. He needs constant instruction, constant he just needs so much attention. Mudryk, he just needs so much attention. Like, he doesn't have a feel for the game. That's just what it is.
It's a football club, not a nursery.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's actually quite weird, because as bad as you were for basically most of last season under Pochettino, obviously I felt like you turned a corner towards the end. I think most people could say that.
5 wins in a row, was it?
Yeah, and I genuinely think, and I totally understand why Poch walks away from that, because it is a circus and it just was never going to align. But I actually feel like if Chelsea would have stuck with him and had some consistency, they might have gone into this season looking a lot better than they have done, because it's someone that's been there for a year. Some of these players aren't really mine, but you know, we've learned to adapt. Keeping the likes of Conor Gallagher, who knows what it means to play for Chelsea, understands the club, things like that. I'm not saying you can't move on players that you don't want, but I still think you need to understand what your club is about and kind of the nucleus of it. And all I see at Chelsea are all these players that have just been brought in. They don't actually care about your club. They couldn't give a toss. It's because they're there because of the money and the long contracts, and they're safe and secure on that. But what your club are doing and making these players who have come through your academy, putting them in this untenable situation where it's like, if they're to go and hand in a transfer request, they waive the right to obviously the rest of their contracts, also signing on fees, etc. They're putting them in a situation that you should never be put in as an academy graduate.
No, it's not nice.
So, Chelsea at the moment, you should call it Chelsea Farm.
Just think about like how
Chelsea
I
Farm.
can only imagine like the greats of your club, how they would feel looking at the situation at Chelsea now.
Yeah, it's just
embarrassing.
It's like you don't even know who your club. I don't even know who your club is.
It's unrecognisable. It's a completely different club. It's completely different ownership. I still don't know what their intentions are in terms of how much they actually want to win trophies or what their long-term vision is with some of these players they're bringing in, because even if they do get them right, there's no evidence to say if a big bid doesn't come in, what they do with that bid. I don't know until I see that bid come in. So, but in terms of this current team, I have to judge them after 5-6 games first. I'm gonna leave City where it is because it is Man City. I said before the game I would have preferred a nicer fixture because I knew that fixture was a rough one. But like you said, Robbie, I thought we could have got something out of it because if we had put our chances away, we was on paper and on statistics with City the whole game. It's not like City came and just brushed us aside and like it was no competition. We had chances, we just didn't take them.
Do you think Enzo Maresca will be there at Christmas?
Yeah, he has to be. It's non-optional. But again, if he's not, that's not on him. That's on the hierarchy because they've hired him. They've hired him. They've put out all of the sound bites. They've put out all the briefings. They've put out all of the propaganda saying that he's the one long term, fits the vision, the philosophy. If you don't stick with him for multiple seasons, forget just this season, then again your recruitment strategy from a managerial standpoint, player standpoint, is a problem. I always say sporting directors are sporting directors. They're not just signings. We're talking about staff, we're talking about medic, we're talking about managers. You have to get all of that right. You are in charge of the sporting side of the club, and if you get that wrong, the club is in a bad situation.
How long is Todd Bowley going to be there for?
He's there.
It's his club. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? He's there. But he's not one to be mentioned because you know it's Ed Farley the one that's making the decisions, not Todd Bowie. People keep mentioning Todd Bowie's name. Yeah, but no, seriously. People keep mentioning.
My question leading off that was going to be: is there a point where it gets to where there's like almost a revolution with the fans and they chant?
I don't believe that's
get them out.
I don't believe that's realistic. Arsenal fans tried it with the Kroenkes. Man United fans tried it with the Glazers. It doesn't work. It didn't work. So you're not moving an ownership, in my opinion. But what I will say is, it's not Todd Bowie that's running the club. It's Egbali and it's Clear Lake Capital. That's what people need to understand. Okay. This is a consortium. It's not one man. He's been made the face of it because he's the one that's, you know, saying that we'll beat Madrid 3-0. He's walking with the fans, taking pictures. He's at the ground. He's the face of it. Cool. But if you're talking about majority shareholders, it's not him. And I don't even know if they all even agree with the way that they're going forward right now. So, let's
no
see.
football club is ever going to be successful if it's not run properly. I don't care. And I think Chelsea are proving that. It doesn't matter how much money you spend, right? If that thing is not run right, it will not work. And, you know, the clubs that, like City, which is, you know, a very well-run club. Arsenal now is very well-run. Liverpool, clubs like Brighton, these clubs. That's why they, you know, they do well.
They do well. Yeah. I just want to read out Raheem Sterling's statement quickly before we jump into the super chats. Raheem Sterling, this is a statement by his camp. Raheem Sterling is contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. To come in with that statement and the first sentence is almost quite ominous. It's almost like, you've got to pay us out 3 years, or I'm going to sit around for 3 years. He returned to England 2 weeks early to conduct individual training and has had a positive pre-season under the coach who he's developed a good working relationship with. He's committed as ever to delivering at the highest level for Chelsea. He holds them in high regard and has given his inclusion in the official club pre-match material this week. Our expectation was that Raheem would be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. And as a camp, we have always had positive dialogue with and assurance from Chelsea in relation to Raheem's future at the club. So we look forward to gaining clarity. Until then, we'll support Raheem's desire to start the new season positively. I mean,
when you have that many
kind of splits,
when you have that
many, this one.
When you have that many options, well, listen, when you have that many options, some people are not going to make the squad. But it's been obvious to me for months that Sterling doesn't make sense purely because of the wage that they're paying him. Then they want to have a new wage structure, which was in force from not last January, the January before Todd Bowie was making those signings, Sterling being one of them, Koulibaly, Aubameyang, those wages for Fana. So from a wage point, quality point, it just doesn't add up. The maths doesn't maths. So I knew that it wasn't gonna lead to anything good for Sterling in regards to his future. But obviously this is a shock to them. So we'll see how it pans out. But you know, when you've seen the way that they've moved in regards to trying to get players out, you're not really surprised.
I think Savinho did very well yesterday.
He was brilliant.
He's another one that they've bloody.
Yeah, no,
how old is he?
It's very impressive.
19.
Young player.
Very impressive.
That's not fair. Yeah. Girona. Right, let's move on to some super chats. Clara Bitsy, first one, of course she is. No intros to start the show. Come on, production.
We don't have anything to intro, yeah? It's first week of the
relax,
season.
Buddy. William Saliba says, Unai is clear of Arteta. Yardman owned you, Robbie. Save your reply. We're going to speak about that. Clara Bitsy, 2-0. Flattering scoreline. Chelsea were not bad. City just more clinical. London Nomad, Chelsea v City should be called the 1-5 derby.
They weren't. I'm sorry, I don't think Chelsea were that great. You know what I mean? You're at home, first game of the season.
Yeah,
supposed to be flying in, man. He was flat. The performance was flat.
I've seen Chelsea play worse. It's just final third. They had absolutely nothing going for them.
I was expecting them to really have a go.
Why?
115 players versus 115 charges. Also,
I like that one.
Also, Arteta won the FA Cup with a shit squad Emery had assembled. Win says, can we all call Enzo the midfield Anthony? What a flop. Oh dear. Barter 6 says 91 goals and 15 assists in 100 games. Keane, come outside now. Who's that about? Not sure. It's probably Haaland, isn't it? Yeah, it will be. Terence says, you can't say because it's Man City, you are in it to win it. Chelsea were terrible, clueless and out-fought, and they want to sign more players. James just sends money. R1408, let's rattle Robbie. Emery's better than Arteta. Relax, people. Save the best till last. Yeah, we're not silly. We know these things. There's an order. Chelsea fan base is part of the problem. Excuses, says Eric.
What was the excuse? What did he say?
You tell me.
You didn't actually make an excuse.
I didn't make any excuse.
Matisse is on it today. Arnab says Liverpool ain't making top 6. Print this in gold. Not sure about that, buddy.
Liverpool are not making top 6.
Not sure about that. No, imagine thinking Chelsea finish 4th. Lol. Hold that. Says H1474. Chuba says, Don Robbie, you lot really helped me get through a dark period of all the laughs and updates on the game we all love. Love all of you except Abby, who supports the other North London team. Lol joke. Love you too, Abby.
Thanks.
Come on, you Gunners. North London
big
forever.
Up, big up.
Clara Bitsy, totally satisfied with Matisse's analysis of the game. I think people are overreacting. We like to finish her up top like Haaland. If we don't get a win away at Wolves, that would make me concerned.
Well, you know what? The thing is about it is that it's the performance weren't great, but it weren't absolutely terrible, right? That's not, if for me, how I'm looking at it, I'm not looking at that as the complete, but I'm thinking about all the off-pitch things, man, all these issues. It's only the first game and all this mess is going on. That's the worrying thing.
That's what I feel. I feel for the manager. I feel for the manager because it's just not a great way to have to start the season. The crowd's flat, like you said. All these issues around the playing squad. It's not helpful.
Should we move on?
Up to you.
Yeah. Don't forget, FCM was on last night. It's back every Sunday. I believe we have a little video to play.
Listen, man, you already know what time it is. Season 2 of SCM and DR. We're back.
What?
This is the Premier League, mate. How the hell do we deal with that?
Yeah.
Let them know you're there early. Listen, you already know what time it is. FCM Season 2 on DR. We're back. Live and direct in the flesh.
I'm the last line.
It's too much drama. It's way too much drama.
Liverpool fans are tuning into La Liga to hate watch Zubimendi.
Hey, make sure you check us out on Sundays, man. 7 p.m. usually. Oh no, let me not add a time.
What's good?
No. Let me not add a time.
Don't be too fancy, man. Just receive the ball and pass it away. Don't ask you to dribble. Just
let me do it. Go and check us out right here every Sunday to see these handsome faces.
Hey, let's get on it, man. Let's get on.
Yes, big up the FCM boys, man.
Maybe we should do an intro like that.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get used to Fuad with the locks, man.
Looking good. If you're watching, brother.
I only pulled him out of frustration at Tottenham last year. He pulled about 3 out. About 3 locks dropped out because, right?
3 locks dropped out.
Is that why you got no hair?
3, 4 locks.
Oh.
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
You're going to end up like me. Hey, Fuad, man, trust me. But you ain't going to be 20 years. It's going to be in about a couple of years with your team, trust me.
Jeez. Saving.
You're lucky, you've got away with with it today.
What do you mean I've got
Because
where?
your
I didn't
game's
make
tonight.
the fixtures. I didn't
Saves
do the
money on
The
Yeah.
scheduling.
game's tonight. Don't
I
worry.
didn't do the
We should do a special
scheduling.
edition tomorrow.
Time as well.
Well, actually, you can catch me and KG on the call-in show tomorrow, so I'm not
So
actually
she's
getting
not
away
got
with it.
somewhere to hide tomorrow. If
I'm
they
not
lose
getting away
and
from
she's
it.
mudded, you will be able to interact
You'll be
with her
there
tomorrow.
with KG,
And KG's
with the
won.
soundboard.
And he
It's-
rang me yesterday, so
Trust
he's
me.
he's already started. Like he's not even wasting any time. It's August and he's ringing me about
12 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Right here.
Funny, he
call-in
didn't
show.
call me this weekend. Don't know why.
Yeah,
We're
well.
moving on then to Portman Road. Ipswich 0, Liverpool 2 in the end. Me and Doyle spoke about it this morning on the Cop TV's Hot Copics. I watched the game at Box Park Liverpool. They've just opened up there.
Okay.
So we had a good day
Nice.
there. Yeah, really cool, man. It's like Wembley, but a little bit smaller. But yeah, great venue. First half poor, I'll be honest with you.
Ipswich
Couldn't
played
get
well
any
in the first.
rhythm.
That's what I was saying.
They were
Ipswich,
really
the
good.
way they came out.
And that's what we expected.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't want to play them there.
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
game
it's
of
always a
season,
tough game to play.
12:30.
Yeah, that's a tricky game.
Hutchinson was good. Liam Delap was winning all of his duels against Jarrell Quansah. We'll get on to him in a bit. They had a couple of shots on target. There was a header from Greaves. There was a shot from Hutchinson on the break. I think the only shot that we had was it flew over from Trent on like 44 minutes.
First
And
off,
at
you were
half time, we're going, guys, wake up. What is going on? There's no rhythm. There's no 4 or 5 passes in a row. It's intercepted. It was scrappy. There was a lot of yellow cards for them as well. They were hacking us down a bit. Second half, Quansah comes off. He looked gutted. I think it will be a learning curve in his career. I don't think he needs to think about it for too long.
getting hooked.
Canate comes on, wins the duels, and within 5 minutes, we're peppering their goal. Trent, what a cross
What a ball.
for Jota. I
stunning.
can't believe he missed that header. What a cross. And then all of a sudden it really opens up. The ball the actual move, forget the ball that was like maybe the shiny bit of the goal. The move before, and that typified what we've seen in pre-season, what Arne Slot wants is to kill them with passes. If you can keep playing and make them tired, do it. And we did that. Pretty much everyone had touched the ball. Alisson to Van Dijk to Canate, Trent inside to Grav, who I thought was brilliant in the 6 in a double pivot, especially in the second half. And then all of a sudden, Trent plays that ball so perfect. Salah doesn't even need to take a touch. He's looking at Jota onside, and to actually let the ball come, because he's right-footed, to let the ball come across your body and finish it with the left in almost like the opposite corner. And then 5 minutes later, Salah scores 300 goal contributions in 350
9 years
games.
he scored in the first game of the season. Do you know that?
He's got the record
Actually,
now.
I wanted to ask you something just about
Please.
the Jarrell Quansah thing, because obviously that's a big call,
It's
right? And
ballsy, mate.
I really rate it for like first game of the season. I mean, would he have necessarily done that at Anfield, like taking off an academy grad?
No.
But I do rate that.
I
do
do.
you rate that?
I
that
do.
he took him off.
I
it
do.
was clear he needed to come off, and
it's-
it changed the game.
Do you know what? We learned a bit more about it, because I actually thought he was injured, but when he spoke after the game, we learned a bit more about it. He said we weren't winning the duels, and when I look back, he was right. Liam Delap had him in his pocket, really. He looked gutted, to be fair, when he came off, but to understand the reasons behind it, he said we weren't winning the duels. Canate comes on, changes the game defensively. There's no messing around with him. In terms of one-on-one, he's one of the best in the league at just palming people away, regaining possession. And like I said, I rate it because I don't think Klopp would have done that.
I didn't
We
think
did
so.
that once with Lovren at Wembley. Do you remember? We lost
Yeah,
4-1-2,
yeah.
25 minutes he was off. It was the worst, most embarrassing one I've seen. But I think it's ballsy, and it shows
Yeah, I've seen
Klopp
Arteta
might
do
have
that
been
a
the
few
big
times.
dad that puts an arm
Yeah.
around everyone
minute
and
was
lets
it?
people get
Yeah.
away with stuff.
Half-time.
But I'm here to win, and if you're not winning your duels, half-time, mate, you're off.
I thought it was-
rated it.
I thought
It's
it
a
was
big,
really good.
It's
I
a big
liked
show of big balls.
Yeah, no,
you
you've
know
got to do
that.
But I
that
didn't-
sometimes.
I
I mean,
didn't
I've
know if
seen
you did it
Arteta
at
do.
home.
No, we wouldn't have done it at
ran
home.
before
30
30
half-time.
minutes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
think if it was before half-time, it would have been a bigger eyebrow raiser. But
Yeah.
half-time, I think, is more than fair to make substitutions. It's half-time. That's what it's
Players
for.
got to understand as well. You're not playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Come
can be
off.
upset and
It's not
that.
that
You've got
deep.
no given right to stay on.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not that deep at all.
it was the right decision. You know what I mean? And I just felt in that game, you just saw. It's kind of how I expected that game was going to go. First half, Ipswich
Flurry,
like a
suffer.
train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I don't like. I remember we played Brentford a few seasons ago, man, when they just came up. It was the same
We
sort
lost,
of thing.
didn't we? Wasn't it
We
2-0?
lost 2-0, right? And if those clubs are like, the adrenaline's
nice.
flowing, they're coming
Ed
for you.
Sheeran's got the guitar out.
Yeah, they're coming, man. And
Selling
Liverpool.
I also felt like
Liverpool sort
Liverpool
of-
kind of allowed them that time and space and ball. I don't think Ipswich will get another 45 minutes where they can play out from the back as calmly as they did in that first
Yeah.
half.
Guess what? Second half come, we went hang on,
The quality showed, didn't it?
Yeah.
We're the Premier League. You're the new boys.
And Ipswich are
We'll
never
just
going to be
raise
able
it.
to keep that up for 90 minutes anyway.
Then you know that's what you see now. The Liverpool's quality
We
just
were
shone
playing some
through, and
nice
Salah
stuff.
quality. You know, what I mean,
Good.
I mean, on Salah.
you know the ball from Zubimendi. That was when he pinged that. I was just still that sort of.
I agree.
He had a
Oh
shocker
no!
last night.
Sorry, I mean
Pinged it,
Trent.
Well,
Trent.
Sociedad lost
Trent,
last
what
night.
about Trent?
You were
Oh, you watching Sociedad game?
Watching.
Are you watching?
He did a hate
I heard.
He did a hate on Maria Sociedad.
I actually watched Mallorca Real
I
Madrid.
did as well.
Yeah.
I did too. It was actually quite a good
I've been to their stadium.
If
Imagine
if
Mallorca away.
Right.
You
if
sure
I
he didn't
was
watch
a footballer,
Sociedad?
Honestly, I want to go to Mallorca because what a nice place.
We got
that is.
Ibiza in the cup next week away.
Unreal.
Tenerife the week after.
Are you sure he didn't watch Sociedad?
No, I genuinely did watch on the iPad. I had Real Madrid on. I had Mbappe cam on. Did you have Mbappe cam on?
Yes,
Waste.
it
To
was
be honest,
You can have
didn't
an
do lot.
Mbappe cam.
Yeah, last night ESPN and La Liga did a sole cam just on Mbappe.
Did they-
as
did they
well.
actually?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I was watching
Like
it.
player cam back
But I
in the
don't
day.
feel like a striker should have that. I feel like it should be a midfielder.
Bro, he had a stinker
He
as well.
did. I think he forgot it wasn't France.
And they
anymore.
drew,
But
so,
it
yeah.
was. Yeah, Bellingham
They
wasn't.
weren't playing
Bellingham
against
wasn't
Stade
brilliant
Rennes
either, but it
this
was.
time.
You know, first game.
Big
First
them
game.
up. But yeah, no, listen, 3 points. The main thing for me is the clean sheet, Robbie. For me, that was like, I think in the last month of Klopp, we didn't keep a clean sheet. To actually, I mean, 2-0, it could have been 3, it could have been 4 in the end. I would have been loving it even more if it was. But to get the clean sheet, that is so important. It sets the groundwork.
Liverpool looking good. Do you think, you know, Zubimendi jokes aside, do you think you still need to sign some? You ain't made no signage yet.
Well, what Slotter's kind of done is gone, right, I've got loads of 8s and a couple of 10s in midfield. If I just mould you into what I think could be a nice little double pivot, he might have a thing going there. And don't forget, that was 2 without Endo coming on, without Harvey Elliott, without Curtis Jones. Tyler Morton's
do you
still
think
there
you're buying
as
him?
well.
No, you
I'm
need
not
to still
saying
need a 6.
Of course, I'd still like a 6, an out 6. So as the time goes on, though, I don't know if we're doing a show on deadline day or anything, but it doesn't look like anything's
Well,
going to happen. We're getting
you'll be
rejected
free by the
for
looks of it,
Yeah,
so.
I'll be free, mate. But it looks like we're going to get this goalkeeper from Valencia, maybe. But from what I saw on Saturday, early kickoff, get it out the way, I was really, really impressed. And it's Brentford this Sunday. And then it's Old Trafford next Sunday.
Ooh,
That's going to be a game.
God.
Me and Flex.
All of these big games coming so early on, it's actually quite annoying.
Don't go anywhere.
It's annoying.
Don't go anywhere.
Well, I'm away from the North London derby, which wasn't my plans, but it is what it is.
Abby
That's out of my
Summer's
control.
holidays.
Ducked out.
No, I'm on a
You
hen
ducked
do. The
out.
hen's been booked since January, and typically as soon as the
this is
fixtures
like me
come
with the
out,
FA Cup last year,
as
innit?
soon as the fixtures come out, I was like, I have this awful feeling it's going to be on that game. But usually we are away at you first,
Bigger
so I
weddings
was like,
to
it's not
fry.
too bad. But
I can use that line against you now.
What?
When you said bigger weddings to fry.
Who's
last
at home
year
for that
about
game?
Me, because we didn't
Who's
get
at home
It's not like you
Yeah.
hold things against me, is
North
it?
London derby. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll
I'll be
move on
back on
from
the
Liverpool.
Monday. I'm here for the Monday show though. Just can't get
Arsenal.
back in time for the game.
Arsenal.
Superchats
We'll send
Gunners.
Jason out
Oh,
with you.
Superchats.
Get some clips.
I've got a place where we were before, so I'll carry on.
By the way, we've got over 9,000 watching, 2,000 likes.
Get
Get that right
turn
up.
We want
Get
more.
it right up.
We
So,
want more.
Darren says, match of the day last night showed the Chelsea squad has 42 players, which included 6 goalkeepers. How can a team have 6 keepers? Clara. Abby.
And the main keeper throws the howler.
But who is your main
Biscuit
keeper?
wrists.
Unfortunately, it's the one that started yesterday.
Where's Kepa? He's still.
Kepa needs to leave.
Do you think that Petrovic should probably start for you or not?
He was
I
alright,
don't.
you know.
I liked Petrovic last season, but he wasn't.
He's the one you're
he
trying
wasn't
to
good
sell,
enough
no?
on the ball for the manager that we
No,
currently
but
have. Do you
Kepa-
remember when Pep came in and just binned off Joe Hart immediately? So the way we're trying to play, I wouldn't say Petrovic suits that. But again, recruitment. Why are you buying goalkeepers that are not good enough on the ball when you're trying to prepare and plan for this style of play?
Where is Kepa?
This is where we have to talk about
Rob
recruitment.
raises a good point there. Where is
I don't know.
Kepa?
Where
El España?
Kepa?
I don't know where he is.
It's crazy.
Where-
man, I'm telling you.
Your
Where's
reserve
Kepa? Where's
team.
Kepa? Where's
Football players could
Lukaku?
not turn up.
Lukaku's
They
still
wouldn't
there.
even know.
Everyone
Where's
that's training
Lukaku?
in their reserves could literally make a perfect 11 for someone.
Well, if anyone needs a team,
It's
let me know.
mental.
Give me a ring.
Lukaku actually back at
No,
your
he's
training
still.
ground?
Yeah, no, I don't know. No, I don't know where
They're
he
trying
is.
to go Napoli.
I think he might be training alone somewhere. You know, so when Carlos Tevez went to go and
In
play
the park.
golf,
So
Just
is
in
he
the park.
still? Is he still on?
he's still on our
300
books. No, he's on like 180. We had to bring him down.
Oh, so
but
he was on.
he was on that, yeah.
So you do. Okay.
No, that was Roman.
No. Oh.
No, it was Roman. Obviously Antonio
Nice
Conte
try.
trying to get him.
Nice try.
And Napoli lost, what, 3-0?
Yeah, they need
Got
a striker. So,
slumped,
you know.
Slum Antonio Conte.
So let's hurry up and get this deal done.
Anyway.
Let's not waste any
You
time.
hate to see it.
Clara
You hate to
says,
see it.
Abby, I agree with all the names you mentioned, Chalobah, Gallagher, etc. But please don't mention Mason Mount in that list. He is the most spineless player to ever play for Chelsea.
Is that what she actually said?
She actually said
That's actually wild.
used to be
That is
Chelsea.
wild.
That's actually so wild.
He's proper Chelsea, though.
Bro won 2 Player of the Years.
Bro won the
Champions League. You know, he had.
Clara Bitsy, reveal
Yeah.
yourself.
And he didn't want to go.
He didn't want to go.
Nah.
Junior says, yet again, American owners at Chelsea, just like United and Liverpool, they forget football. They treat it like NFL. And
But hold on,
draft.
are we doing that?
true, it's actually not a bad
Are we
point.
generalising by saying American owners? Because when we talk to Liverpool fans, they praise their ownership and the way they run. So why are we not giving praise to the American owners when it's
Half the
Liverpool?
owners in the Premier League are American.
Exactly. So Glazers are a whole different topics. Man United,
Glazers,
obviously. But
Kroenkes,
in regards to Liverpool,
your
I only
owners,
hear any for everything but
Bournemouth
praise.
James.
owners, your owners are
Michael B.
American.
Jordan,
Lewis American?
Bournemouth.
Joe Lewis is an American.
Who?
Joe Lewis.
Yeah, he is American.
I thought he just lived in America.
Well, you got American owners, so
I think he might be.
I thought he just
I
lived
don't
in.
know.
I'm sure he's American.
I
No,
just
he's
thought he lived-
87.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm
He's
aware.
worth 6.4 billion.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
I think
of
half
you.
the clubs are American owned.
Nice
of you to
Villa's American owned.
He was born in
John Lewis. did you say?
London, England.
Joe.
Oh, was
Joe.
it?
I was
Born
going to
in
say no.
London, England.
He spends a lot of time in the Cayman Islands, obviously.
But isn't the actual ownership? I'm not sure.
No, Enoch. No.
I thought
Next up is Unknown, who says James and Cole were untouchable, but no one wants to mention those academy players because it doesn't fit the narratives. Also, it was City FFS. Maha, this is why United have a better future than Chelsea. Ineos have come in and hired proper football men to run the club with a clear plan. Chelsea have none. What is this new handball rule? How was cover no pen, says Dean.
because the new handball rule, which makes sense, means that if there's no way of him getting his hand out of the way, right? And it's not a handball. I agree with the new one that they brought in now. He had no chance of getting his hand out of the way.
Wangy says, yeah, Bowley's blue £1 billion Cowboys for the Conference League title. Psych. They ain't winning that too.
You got that this week, innit? Conference League.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Who are you playing?
What do you think?
I don't know. It's a new.
Who you playing at?
Why?
Wi-Fi Code FC.
You could win all the European trophies. Why does that not excite you? You could have won the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. That's
Sterling can get a
A
game.
bit more. Or...
You don't want a game now.
Innit? Sterling
You
can
don't
get a
want
game.
You don't want a
That's
game
it.
now.
There it is.
There he is. There you go.
No, seriously, are you not excited?
Little trip to Hungary.
You seem really down today.
I am
and
not
it's the first
excited.
game
No,
back.
I have dined at the Champions League table. I've picked it up twice. Right, I've dined at the Europa League table. I've picked it up twice. One on your head top.
Yeah. Now you're washing the
Right,
plates.
I am not. I'm not excited.
Sorry, sir.
Like
The
I'm
bit of
like,
card
yeah.
Man
that's
used to
gone through.
dine, right? Man used to dine, right? Like
Now he's a pot wash.
3-course meal, man. Michelin star.
Yep.
Now you're washing up the
Nine-course
plate.
meal.
You're washing the
Michelin
plates
star.
now.
Life
bro.
Yeah.
comes at
Marshall
you
and Star.
fast. Marshall and Star. No, seriously, talk to
No, I'm
me.
not excited. No,
You're not excited. Who
Why
are
would
you
I be
playing?
excited?
Who are you playing?
Serviette.
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 That's what I'm calling
Serviette.
Oh, from
Tissues.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
Serviette.
Tissues and that.
Yeah, I'm calling them that.
Serviette.
FC.
What?
I'm gonna find a tough
It's
time finding
Serviette.
images for
Are you
thumbnails.
doing a
Serviette.
watch along?
I am. If I can
No
find
one's
images
showing
for
it.
thumbnails.
What time will it be on? 2:30?
I'm not sure. I have to check the time.
I want to
School
know.
time.
I want to.
School
I
time.
want to support you.
I have to find the badge
I
on
want
Google.
to support
difference.
you.
I have to find the players on
What
Google.
country is
What?
it? Again?
Switzerland. I have to try and find everything. But
Okay.
they're the Swiss champs.
But I'm just saying,
They're better than Basel.
We've got a long season ahead. 37 games. You're going to need to smile.
Are we doing shows on Thursdays or can we move to Friday?
To be fair,
that's
we're
all in
playing
one.
Thursday.
No, that's better
Actually,
for you,
that's not a bad point.
Because then you don't
All
get
three of
cooked
us
if
are on
you lose.
Thursdays. We might actually
Sometimes
have
I
to
might go
move
in
it.
the group stage now. Might go Estonia.
Same.
Might go, Croatia. I might
And
go.
you laughed at me last year.
You all
Why?
laughed at
You
me.
laughed
Why?
at me.
All laughed
Why was I
at
laughing
me.
at you?
Yeah. Look
Not
who's at
laughing
the
now.
top,
Why was I
dining
laughing at
in
you?
the Michelin.
Why was I
It's
laughing at
me
you?
again.
Why was I laughing
the
at you?
six-time winner. Hold that.
Why was I laughing at you? What did you do last
Because
season?
we were in Europa last year.
What happened?
Well, we didn't win. And you were laughing, saying, enjoy. Remember that clip of Liaz and who else was it?
That was Cams and Liaz at the
Cams
start of the
and Liaz,
season,
bro,
yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
trains going through the stadium. Hold that, you sausages.
Serviette
Calling
away.
out the FCM
At home.
helmet.
Is that an actual team name? Serviette.
I've made that up.
Serviette.
I've made
not
that up.
Serviette.
I've made that up.
Serviette.
Okay, so
So
what
do
is
you.
the actual team called?
I'm learning.
Okay.
Is this the manager's name?
Huh? Are you mad?
Nah, sorry.
What did you
Next
just
up.
ask me?
Assistant manager.
Are you mad?
Name the number 9.
I don't even know a
I
single
need to
player.
see
from
who
there.
you're
James
actually playing.
says, is it just me, or is AGT at times a DR Sports version of David Brent?
We all know he's David Brent.
Yeah. So,
Chelsea,
work hard.
Europa.
Could be you. Ali Nuali says, Shaqiri to Arsenal. Would you take Big Shaq?
No.
Doesn't make me feel.
No, he's gone back to Basel anyway.
Where did that come from?
Sausage.
it is
Matisse,
good,
we
so
will bounce back, believe, says Jay.
Hopefully, I'm sure we will.
James Andrew, AGT, when was the last time Liverpool won the first game of this Premier League season? In this century, well, we've won loads in Klopp's following seasons, but Slot's the first manager this century to win his
Soonest, wasn't
first
it?
Premier League game for Liverpool.
Yeah,
this century.
soonest won it.
Yeah.
You can still get tickets to Servette at home, by the
No
way.
shit.
They've said
No shit.
extra tickets are available.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
At a discount.
Just in
Is that
case-
game at home?
It's away
Yes.
first.
Is that Stamford Bridge?
and then
The crowd is going to be buzzing.
No, it's away. It's
Yeah,
away.
Thursday.
Is
No,
it
the first game's at home.
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 Yeah,
It's
you
a
can.
qualifier.
It's a you know it's a qualifier.
Oh, it's a qualifier.
No, it's a qualifier. You didn't know that?
It's not a
Oh.
group game.
It's a qualifier.
If it was a group game, then obviously the other European
swear.
competitions would have started as
Wow,
well.
it's
It's a qualifier.
You know, I tell you, they're washing the plates. You didn't believe me, do you?
Oh, we'll see.
You want me to be excited for a qualifier
Who's gonna
for
go to
conference
that?
league?
I actually might fancy going. I might.
Why
go.
not would you go?
I might go.
Don't let her in, guys.
I'll
If you
take
see
you.
it, don't let her in.
When's your birthday?
I'm not going. I'm not going.
Serviettes and napkins.
Busy that Thursday
Mad.
coronation shoot.
Kids.
Napkins. Serious question. Is Arsenal a big European club? Like, I get they're a big club in England, but on the European stage, #irrelevant, says Nico. Kisses his teeth. We're going to speak about Arsenal very shortly. Jack Daft, Chelsea fans love to scapegoat Sanchez. He's good.
not
Arnab
scapegoating.
says,
Wasn't
Arnie Slot will be gone by the end of November, is what you hope. Roberto says, Matisse, you sausage. It means 4, by the way, AGT. Hold it. What is that? What? I don't know.
I don't know. You're the one that
2
came
more.
up with the whole hold it sausage thing, so please
I know,
keep that to
but
yourself.
4 sausages, that's a bit much. Chelsea playing FIFA in real life, buying as many bronze players as possible, trying to convert them to gold, says Sidan. And the last one, Abby, you're a disgrace on TalkSport.
Thanks. Thanks for tuning in,
Come on. The way you all tried to attack Flex was disgusting. Media bullying has always been there, but fan channels now joining.
Listen, firstly, there was
Good
absolutely
shout.
no attacking of any kind. We were discussing on a 3.5-hour show, Manchester United, Tottenham, etc. But please go and run it back and watch it back, because it was a really good show. So glad you tuned in. Thanks for the watching.
Arsenal. Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka assisted each other and netted both goals.
Ex-Chelsea guy, Havertz.
Ex-Chelsea. Could probably still get in the team.
Another one.
Probably still get in the team.
Would you have Kai Havertz
Robbie.
back?
That was Cam's joke.
But would you have
Stole
him
it.
back?
Oh, so you're
Would you have him back?
counting who's telling the jokes?
Yes, I am. Now I'm going to take
Is that
record
what
of
you're
who's
doing?
telling the jokes.
You're recording.
You're taking the jokes from Cam's and you're putting
Jokes
them
is
here.
my thing, though.
It's not your joke.
Write it
Listen,
down on
we
your
can
napkin.
Write your own jokes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Write it down on that. Write it down on
Robbie,
your napkin.
we've got to move on from Chelsea now. You were at the game. Was it good to be back?
Great to be back. Great to be back. Great atmosphere in there. Like, you know those games in August, you can wear your shorts, you know, I mean, you got
Show
your
off
arse
your
on
new
top.
All
calf
coming out,
muscles.
yeah.
You know, yeah, it was nice,
All
man.
that
It was
walking.
nice. Yeah. Big up to everybody who came up to me and was, you know,
Robbie Grealish.
give me some bigs up on the walk. I really appreciated that. And no, it was good. It was listen, it was a sort of that first game of the season where, you know, there were some sloppy moments by Arsenal. We complete control of the game. But there were a few sloppy moments where we actually did that last time we played Wolves. We were beating them 2-0 in complete control, sloppy, and they got one back. Luckily for us, they didn't capitalise on that. Raya pulled off a great save on 1-0. But to be real, we were very, very comfortable in the game. Kai Havertz with a great header, and you know, I think he's going to have a good season. I think when he came in last season, obviously, he knew that a lot of fans were like, "What, another Chelsea player? Oh, you didn't really do it at Chelsea." They weren't really happy or weren't really infused by that signing. But he ended up the season being a fan favourite, you know what I mean? Because he came in, he worked really hard, he scored goals once he was moved to his, you know, and he actually got, I think it's either 13 or 14 goals once he got moved up to play as a striker, which was sort of halfway, you know, through the season. He played the first half as a midfielder. So he could possibly bag 20 this year, you know what I mean? Because he's going to get a lot of service. And Bukayo Saka, this guy to me is world class. The
Great
way
goal.
he's playing, you know what I mean? Like the assist for the first goal, bit Trent like, you know what I mean? The way he just put it on a plate for,
great.
you know, and then the goal was brilliant. He done the goalkeeper with the eyes, isn't it? The keeper's thinking, it's going to be one
Near
of those
post,
ones where he curls it into the corner. He just banged it straight into the near post, and it was great. And yeah, listen, the main thing, innit, that first game, it's not going to be perfect, but get the win. The all-important win, and we got it.
Yeah, it was, in the end, fairly convincing win for Arsenal. The big question, though, Mosquera for Wolves, should he have been sent off for strangling Havertz? And I am going to use the word groping. Because I think it is
he groped
appropriate.
Jesus, and Jesus got
He
booked
gave him
for
a good
his reaction.
feel up on the backside, right? And
I don't know what that guy was on.
Got a yellow card.
He should have got red because I didn't really see it at the first incident. It's just sort of a tangle. When I watch it back, I mean, that's a dangerous thing to do, man. You know what I mean? He's gone down, he's dropped, he's gripped on his neck. You know, that's dangerous.
Nasty, man.
Very,
Real
very
nasty.
dangerous thing to do. You
Yeah.
could, you know what I mean? You know,
Very lucky.
very lucky to not get sent off. And then the stuff with Jesus, I mean, Jesus done well to. A lot of other people would have smacked him for that, you know. So, like, you know? Yeah, so
Real bad man.
yeah, I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was on. I mean, you know, but yeah, I mean, first game of the season. That's probably why he got away with
You
that.
see stuff like that in Sunday League. People like pinching someone's butt,
Yeah,
or pinching under their arm, stepping on.
I still think that kind of
It's a
thing
bit-
does happen.
it
But
does.
I mean, that was just a that was
Didn't
a
Ben
little
White
bit-
try and
little bit
take goalie's gloves off during
Yeah.
the corner?
Yeah. But you don't do that when you're
That is
losing 2-0
Hauser.
either, do you? You're losing 2-0.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
Speaking
when
of
you
You
that-
do them little shenanigans and
Yeah.
sort of Rudiger type things when you're winning.
Rudiger
Yeah.
loves
Or he's
it.
close.
Or level.
Trust me. Do
You
you
know?
remember the guy for Ipswich though? He should have got sent off. He got an early yellow.
Yeah.
And then threw the ball away.
Yeah.
And got away with it.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
because they said this
But
season,
still, come on.
things like that this season,
I will
it's
say
automatic.
on red cards, I mean, I think we'll talk about it a bit later,
Yeah, we
but
will.
Bereton Diaz on Fabian Schar, a
Hook,
joke.
line and sinker.
Absolute
It
joke.
was.
And
But Shar's
should
an
I be worried
He
about
puts his
Wolves
head
next week?
towards.
Shar's an idiot.
Because you just played
Sorry?
Wolves. Now we got Wolves next week. Should I be worried about
They're
Wolves?
all right, man.
Good team.
They're all right. They're decent. I'm telling you, like you can see Wolves on
He
the
looks
counter
worried,
attack.
guys.
They're very, very quick. I thought that Lamina in midfield. I've always thought he's a good player. He was
They
very
didn't
good.
start Cunha yesterday.
I
as
thought
well.
he
They didn't
so.
start Cunha when he came on. He looked lively. You know, what I mean, they're
He had
all
a
right.
good chance, Cunha.
That's not going to be an easy game because you
no.
can see. And then that guy, the big guy that they brought in up front, the Norwegian, I think it's something Larson. He looked decent. So, no, I mean, that won't be an easy game because you can see on the counter attack they're blistering.
Did
So-
you lose to Wolves last season?
Ain't Near is
I
a good
remember
player.
getting a
Away,
good
for
slapping
sure.
from
Yeah.
Cunha, I believe.
Christmas
At
Day
Ain't
home.
Newry?
I think it was at home.
Yeah, just after.
Yeah, he's a good player. That Ain't Near.
Cunha caused
Yeah,
a
but
problem.
maybe it
Christmas
was
Eve that
Christmas
game.
Eve.
I don't know if it was Christmas Eve.
Pretty sure it's
It
like
was
that
the
you
only-
got next
It
week?
was the only
Yeah,
ever.
we got-
I think it might have
Not
been.
easy.
Was
I
it?
think it might have been Christmas.
That's not an easy game.
No, I
That's not an
didn't
easy
think
game.
it was. Yeah, I think it.
It
I
was
think
around
it may have
Christmas
been.
time though. I
Yeah,
remember
maybe.
sitting down, settling in to watch it.
Yeah.
No, it was 24th of December,
Yes, it
man.
was Christmas
2-1.
Eve, yeah.
Matt Doherty last minute.
Big up
Oh,
Matt
yeah.
Doherty.
He was
What about the
with
home game?
Expressions the other day. Do you not remember?
The home game. I don't remember it. I think it was worse than that.
Yeah, I think they did the double. I'm
Go
pretty
and have
sure.
a look. Have a quick
We'll
check.
have it. Have a
But
look.
yeah, no.
But
Memories.
next up on the agenda, it was a beautiful match for you to watch. There was, the sun was out, like you said, you're in your shorts. But after the game, yourself and Yardman did this. Let's have a look to remind ourselves.
apart from Pep Guardiola, the best manager in this league is Mikel Arteta.
Yes.
So who else do I go and get?
No. Apart from Pep Guardiola, the next best manager is Unai Emery.
No, you're
Get
chatting
it
rubbish.
right.
Rubbish. Listen, hold on. There's only one manager, right? There's only one.
What the fuck Mikel Arteta win over Unai Emery?
Listen, let me tell you.
No, man, come on.
You look at football.
What did Arteta
You look
win?
at football in a different. Listen, let me finish.
my God.
We're talking about the Premier League at the
Give
moment.
me the details, man.
Unai Emery was
Look
there.
at
What did he
Unai Emery
win?
with Aston Villa. Look what he did with Aston Villa.
Unai Emery was there. What did he win?
Unai Emery.
Come on, man.
What did
use
Mikel
this.
Arteta win? With Mikel Arteta.
Listen, that is prime
He was
gold
on the attack,
AFTV, one game into the season.
Oh my
Doesn't get
God.
much better than that.
Yardman was on the attack, man. I'll
Yo,
tell you.
But
Hey.
you was saying you're talking rubbish, you must be drunk and all
No,
this.
listen, let me.
I don't know,
If you
man.
watch that interview carefully, right?
The whole
first,
thing, you mean?
First of all, watch the whole interview, right?
Yeah.
I said the next best manager to Pep Guardiola, right, in this division is Mikel Arteta, right? He's talking about what he's done in the past, where you know, he's won Europa Leagues and stuff like that. But every time he's gone to a big club, it hasn't really worked for him. And let's remember, is what I was trying to say to him, he was at Arsenal. Right, so
at the wrong time, though.
Yeah, 100% at the wrong time.
He spent £150 million at Arsenal, right? He took over at Arsenal. He was a disaster. I remember, right, it was Unai Emery in charge, right, when we were looking good to win that Europa League and got smacked up by Chelsea in the final. That was Unai Emery. It was Unai Emery who started the next season. It was that absolute horror show, right? We ended the season badly. That season we should have got into the top 4. He messed that up, right? Now I know he's doing very well at the moment at Villa. Sorry,
I said Arteta did that.
He did still take you to a European final. And you haven't been
to a European title. We got slapped up in it. Arteta won us.
Which isn't like him because he's won 4 of them.
Yeah, Arteta won us a trophy, right? And Arteta has got us like the last 2 seasons, right? He has challenged for the league. He's been the best manager in the league for the last 2 seasons, apart from Pep Guardiola. That's facts. What I said.
My take on it is this, right? One of them has started managing in 2004. The other one was playing for Everton in 2004. So it's actually almost unfair to even compare them.
Of course.
Yeah, massively different stages. You can't look at managerial. I'm not on about managerial careers. I'm on about right now in this Premier League.
Right now,
the next best manager to Pep Guardiola in this league right now is Mikel Arteta.
I hear that because I
think he's better for you.
Looked at the table and gone, but both of them are at the right clubs at the right time. To compare them is a bit wild.
No, listen. It was the comparison.
No, but hang on. For me to compare them is a write-off because
Arteta's
won 1 FA Cup
and the others won so much
fair.
more.
Arteta is a genius and has won loads of trophies and is one of the best managers in Europe. I don't even think you should compare them.
I agree.
I wouldn't say Arteta's a genius.
No, he meant to say Unai Emery.
Winning 4 Europa Leagues.
Unai Emery, well done to him, right? But he seems to have done well at smaller clubs. He didn't do well in France.
He won the league.
He won the league with PSG. Right, come on.
He's won 4 European Cups with Sevilla. He's won.
No, Villarreal won 1.
Sorry, Villarreal. He won 4, and then he's
3
won
with Sevilla
and 1 with Villarreal.
No, he's got a great record in cup competitions.
Can I just go for 1 sec? I feel like, look, Mikel Arteta has been a brilliant manager for you, and he's obviously been heavily backed. And I would also say,
so was Emery.
Not as much as Arteta.
Not as much.
Yeah, because he didn't have time to get back.
Hold on, let me just go. What I would also say on that is that your board changed massively after Emery left and Arteta came in. Your entire board, in terms of the way that as fans you feel towards the board, has also changed because your board and their view towards the club and what they wanted to do and the direction of the club also changed. I feel under Emery, he kind of got a bit of a short straw because you were going through that transition after Arsene Wenger. Like, you know, it's a big thing to do, an upheaval to lose a manager like Arsene Wenger. There were players that were left over there that were probably a little bit stale as well. He spent 150 million, but in all honesty, in terms of the amount of money that Arteta's had in terms of that time and the board's backing, it's nowhere near what Unai Emery had. I think that you have to look at, okay, Arteta has won you 1 FA Cup, and of course he's massively improved Arsenal in terms of every single aspect. You've finished second twice, but 1 FA Cup to show for it. If you look at Unai Emery as a manager, everything he's won, 4 European trophies there, time in France, etc. What he's done when he inherited that Villa side, it was again a massive sleeping giant on its knees.
Yep.
He has had, he's had investment and the board has backed him there, and they are on a different trajectory to Arsenal because there's a lot more things to do at Aston Villa than there would be to do at a club like Arsenal. But what he has done in that time, taking over Aston Villa when they were in and around the relegation zone.
Yep.
What he's done in less than 2 years is absolutely unbelievable. And I do think that they're going to go from strength to strength over time the more that they invest. But you can't argue with the two. It's not me being a hater saying that Arteta is a crap manager. I don't believe that. But I think on paper, you can't argue with someone that has won everything that Unai Emery has won.
You lot are skewing the thing, right? And if you actually watch the interview, I'm not comparing the two managers, because as you said, he's got a much bigger body of work. I said right now in the Premier League, the next best manager, right? And when I'm talking about the next best manager, the guy more likely to win it than anybody else, right, is Mikel Arteta. For the last 2 seasons, Pep weren't around, he would have won the league 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, he took over absolute mess at Arsenal, right? And I'm an Arsenal fan, and I was there when Emery was there, and Emery was backed. He had £150 million he spent. He didn't get a chance to spend anymore. Because and don't get me wrong, it wasn't a quick sacking with him. It wasn't one of these things where it was just like knee-jerk, right, let's get him out now. He was very, very poor. When we went into that season, he was very, very poor. He had to go.
Can I just interject on one thing you just said? You just said that Unai Emery was backed with 150 million. Mikel Arteta has had over 700 million in 5 years, and that's led you to one FA Cup.
Unai Emery was there for...
So who's to say that if Unai Emery hadn't have got the same backing that your board has given...
No, but he couldn't get that backing because it was...
Because your board was also not in the same position that they are now.
He wouldn't have got that backing because it was a disaster. You need to understand that.
I understand it was a disaster, but there's also other reasons.
I'm telling you as a fan of the club, right, that it was an absolute disaster. People could be revisionist, but people could look on it and just think, like, I'm telling you,
I hear that.
As a person who at first was saying, no, actually, give him a chance, he had to go. It was really, really bad.
But after 1.5 years of Arteta, most Arsenal fans, or a good portion of Arsenal fans, wanted Arteta sacked.
No, that's wrong. Again, you're wrong.
I can tell you. I don't think I am. After the second 8th place finish, I'm pretty sure people wanted him sacked.
About Twitter. Right, I can tell you as an Arsenal fan, as a guy who interviews fans week in, week out, there was a portion of fans that wanted him go. I'd say probably like a 30% that wanted him gone. There was another 70% who said, no, he won us an FA Cup in his first season. I don't think he should go. Give him a chance.
After the second season of finishing
After the second season,
people didn't want, it wasn't even 50-50.
It wasn't 50-50. It was not 50-50. I'm telling you that as an Arsenal fan.
I don't think we're not going to get an agreement on it. But
we've asked the chat as well, who is better,
memories.
Emery or Arteta? We've had almost 2,000 votes, and right now it's Unai Emery 62%, Mikel Arteta.
I'd rather have my manager any day of the week, right, in this Premier League. Okay. He's doing a fantastic job. And as I said, if Pep Guardiola weren't here, he would have won the league twice in a row, right? Who would you rather have, Emery or Arteta?
Me personally, I'd rather have Emery. I'll be honest with you. That's just me, though. Right, let's move on because we've got loads still to talk to.
He's won stuff.
So is Arteta. He's only just
not much in comparison.
How many FA Cups has your manager won? How many things has he won?
But mine ain't been there.
I mean, you take the only. Maybe you take one.
Mine ain't been there for 5 years and spent 700 million pounds.
What about the other mob that were there before? What did they win?
Absolutely nothing.
What did they do?
Nothing.
But it's not.
Man came in the first season and won an FA Cup. What's yours?
It's not always a conversation.
What have yours done?
We've had 4 different managers in that time.
Yeah, but what the 4 done? What did they win?
But this is the problem.
What did the 4? What did the last 10 win? What have they done?
But this is not about Tottenham.
And you know what's funny?
It's not about Tottenham. We're talking about
the FA Cup was before he started spending money as well.
Yeah. All right, we've got to move on, guys.
We've got to stop doing that this season. It's not always about what of your club. We're talking about your club.
I'm happy with
the
my
FA Cup was before he started spending, you know. Before he started spending. Since he started spending, he's won nothing. Since he started spending.
He's challenging for the league, right?
I hear that.
Right, he's challenging for the league. He's in a position that you'd like to be in right now.
I'd like to win trophies.
You want to win trophies, but first of all,
deflecting already on the first show.
Ain't no deflecting. You'd like to be in that position, and you'd like to be in that position.
They've won 2 Champions Leagues.
And you ain't nowhere near.
If you want to make it about clubs,
if you want to make it about that, won 2 Champions Leagues.
Can't chat to them.
When you win 2 Champions Leagues, come chat to me, brother.
And you were just taking it.
I'm not chatting to you.
And now you're in the conference.
Still won 2 Champions Leagues.
And now
you're. We've got to move on, guys.
You want to sit on history? You know what I mean? We can do a history. We can do a history show. I'm talking about now. I'm happy with my guy.
Nat Geo HD coming soon, collab. Right, we'll move on. We've still got to predict Leicester Tottenham and give you the sausage of the week. This is a new feature that I'm bringing in. I give you nominations for the sausage of the week. By next week, we will have the official sausage trophy.
Wow.
Which sounds a bit of a mad thing to say, but
you started this.
Are you actually getting a sausage trophy?
We've got a sausage trophy.
Okay,
we've ordered a sausage trophy.
That's
so
where
each
the
week,
budget's
it could
gone.
be a player or a ref, or it could just be anyone around the table, and you can vote as well. So sausage of the week coming up. Cool. But Manchester United won Fulham 0. Xerxes scores on his debut. It was a frustrating game to watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fulham had their chances, couldn't take them. First goal of the season for him. Yeah, United, there was that
to get off the mark at home, innit?
Adama Traore and Licha Martinez. That was a good little battle.
Traore, that's the thing about this guy, man. No end
all
product.
Burp, no sick.
Oh, bloody, I wouldn't
all
put it that
fart,
way.
no poo.
This is interesting.
You're not wrong.
Any more?
Please, no more, please.
No, I watched the game. First of all, shout out to Mazzuari. I thought he was brilliant. Mazzuari on his debut,
good signing.
Really, really good performance. Like, just brought all the intensity needed on a debut because he was the only person to make his debut from the start, and he just brought all the quality that I think we know he can bring outside of his injury record. We know he's going to definitely improve that team. I don't think they should even be contemplating whether or Luke Shaw's going to come back. I think they just know Dalot and Mazzuari, keep them fit, and I think you've done well there. I thought it was very similar to Man United last season. On the balance of it, you can't say they didn't deserve to win it. I think you can say they edged it, but it wasn't a great performance. If you're looking at Ten Hag team, it was kind of very similar to what you saw last year. And Fulham were just so frustrating on the break. They had like 2-3 chances on the break where if they just play the right pass, wait it properly, make the right decision, they could have easily left that game with a draw. They could have, but they were toothless, like you said. They were just indecisive in the final third. Man United in the end, they managed to just get through it and get a result. I think because it's the first game of the season, they're obviously going to have to integrate new signings. I think you kind of do have to just leave last season where it is and draw a line under it and just judge them after 5 games. I think everybody needs to be judged after 5 games. Really. But they'd want to put in better performances.
Still with United, the performance he still looks like how they're playing last season. Sort of counter-attacking, like I mean, I think
that miss from Garnacho.
Fans want to see him on the front. Yeah, it was a bad miss. Fans want to see them more on the front foot.
There's no way they can be as bad as last season.
They won't.
They can't be. And also they've got. And
they had a lot of injuries last season.
Yeah, they're hopefully for them, they're not going to be as injured as they were.
Next up, Newcastle 1-0 winners at home to the Saints.
We thought they'd batter them.
We did. We had them to win 4-5
for most of the game. But you know the thing is, right, what you said earlier, right, and about Bereton and Diaz being a disgrace. He did milk that, right? But I've got to say, Fabian Schär's an idiot, right?
He might be nominated for Sausage of the Week.
In football, right? I remember Pepe did some. Yeah. By the way, and that was an Emery signing, 72 million quid. When you say he didn't really spend any money, right?
Scored 16 goals first.
But anyway, right?
700 million.
Right.
Bereton Diaz.
Schär. Pepe did that one time. He played Leeds and just sort of barely touch. But if you do that, you're going off.
But if you watch it closely, right?
It should have been a booking for both.
Yes, I agree. Because if you watch it super close, Schär goes in and then stays still, and then Bereton Diaz almost like goes in and goes down. Like
Schär does the intent first.
Proper Sunday League stuff.
Stupid, man. You don't do that. You know you're going to get a
I disagree. I think Bereton Diaz. Look, it's one of those things where obviously it's a very continental thing that he did. It was very European, and Schär is an idiot for doing it and putting his head in. But it was obviously picked up his time overseas. It's something you would see like Anthony do. Do you know what I mean? Like that type of a move. But at the same time, he should have known better. He shouldn't have put his head in. But I think that is a yellow card.
Asking for serious trouble.
Why
do it?
With the goal. Forest won, Bournemouth won. I mean, didn't we? I think we all predicted that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. We can go to Diaz clips and run it back. But yeah, Chris Wood and Semenyo for Bournemouth. West Ham 1, Villa 2. Duran. He was giving it all that on Instagram Live earlier, trying to get a move to the Hammers. He just went and dunked on them and then apologised to them, like he played for them or something. But 5 of his 6 Premier League goals have now been from a sub. He did score 2 against Liverpool, and on the team sheet it did read Duran.
And you know what? Big up Emery. That was a good win, man. To go away to West Ham with players they bought.
Well, none of them really started, but
it's funny that.
I know, but it's still like for the first. That's quite a difficult game.
It's funny that, isn't it? Because Emery beat West Ham first day of the season. Arsenal couldn't do that last year. He also did the double over Arsenal last year as well.
Some would say it stopped them from winning the league.
Some would.
But we did finish.
We said we're not going to be revisionists.
How many points above?
We're not going to be revisionists.
We did go away. If I remember rightly, we did go away to West Ham and beat them 6-0.
Yeah, but you didn't go away to.
Oh, you didn't remember that, did you?
In the cup, though.
Hold that.
In the cup, you lost. And you lost at home to Liverpool as well, you sausage.
We beat you. You didn't beat us in the league.
In the cup, though.
Yeah?
Come on.
Yeah, and then
anyway,
what did you do in the cup? What did you do in the cup?
Bottled it. Palace. This was an absolute disgrace. The referee might also be nominated for Sausage of the Week. The Palace game against Brentford, of course, Ebri Chieze wrongfully had a free kick from 35 yards, which probably would have been goal of the week for sure, but maybe even goal of the season. Ruled out because of what's the word that they use? An altercation between Will Hughes and the defender. In the end, Mbuemo and Wissa showing you Ivan Toney who, mate? Yeah. That's what they're doing.
You know that thing with that goal that was ruled out? There has been a rule change this season, though, where they said you can't be doing all that No, you know, like last season, you could do a lot of the blocking and holding.
Oh, yeah.
But to blow your whistle before
I mean,
the action is finished, he apologised to Eze.
I mean, I do think he got it slightly, but there is a rule change on that.
It was on the keeper, right?
There's a lot of things.
You guys are in
now.
trouble then.
Yeah, we could. You saw
That
it
was
the weekend.
you guys started that. I'm
You saw it
pretty
the
sure.
weekend, like
Rugby
you can't. You know, like last season, like some
block
of
off
the blocks
people.
and all that. You can't do
Yeah.
that.
My
this
Paul
season.
Vicario could
them
never
thing
get
there.
out of his own little line.
pulling hair.
Ben White's going to find a new job.
Don't worry, man.
Ben White's going to find a new job.
It will help
Don't worry,
him
man.
out.
I'll tell you what. We're
Pulling
still
hair and
looking.
whatnot.
We're still
Oh, yeah,
looking.
of
We're
course.
still looking dangerous from set pieces.
Yeah, you do.
We've got some new tactics.
Just to finish off before we predict and do sausage of the week and MVP out of us 4 of the week, Everton.
Oh yeah, that was
Get
3-0
slapped up.
at home. They've lost 3 in a row now to Brighton at home.
Yeah.
James Milner was the captain. They were giving him shit because of who he played for. And guess what? He dunked on them. To be fair though, how Everton
How
didn't
many
score?
chances did they
I
have
don't
before
know.
they? I mean, I know it was 3-0, but before they conceded
Brighton
the
was
first goal,
sloppy before that.
how many chances did Everton have?
Great
That they-
start though for Havertz.
That's why
Great
if you
start.
don't take your chances, you know.
Yeah.
Was
Take
it
your
Hertzvella?
chances.
But they don't have a great.
Hertzler?
Hertzvella?
When you go through their team, they don't have like anyone you can look to for goals.
Are you talking about Everton?
Calvert-Lewin was fine.
But Calvert-Lewin is. When was the
washed,
last time
You're
we
looking-
heard about
you're looking at
Calvert-Lewin?
Calvert-Lewin or Better.
Shout out Danny
Beto.
Welbeck, right? That's the 12th
Yeah.
season in a row that he's scored in the Prem. Mitoma scored a Dingra.
Dingra's a good player.
The manager, Fabian Hertzler, was
31.
9. He was 9 when James Milner made his Premier League debut. Now Milner is the first player of all time to play in 23
He was born
successful.
after the Premier League started.
Yeah, that's mental.
Mad,
Absolutely
isn't it?
mental.
And he's manager.
Ashley Young, 39 or whatever he is, sent off
Sent
again
off,
for
yeah.
the second
Yeah,
time.
He needs to.
He needs to go to America.
He needs to leave it now.
Oh yeah, like just give it
America
up.
or just leave it in
You know
general.
like that saying, leave the game before the game leaves you.
Yeah,
Leave.
yeah.
Leave the football
Leave
before
it.
the football leaves you.
My dad used to
Leave
just
it.
That's what
simply,
Carragher said about Casemiro.
my dad used to just simply say, "Sit down."
Sit down.
Sit down.
Literally.
What if you sit down?
Yeah. But that Everton team does look like it's going to be there or thereabouts this season.
I think they'll still stay up.
really.
Yeah, I have
They
them
all
to stay
left
up,
at
but
the end.
the lack of goal
Who's
scorers.
They're not really brought no one in either, have they?
No, not really. But they had a lot of
couple.
issues last season. They kept getting deducted points, so they're not going to bring anyone in
They might
either.
get
They've still
another
got a new
one,
stadium to come through at
They
the start of next
cannot
season.
go down.
But they are. They look like
lost
a
the
new
set.
ownership's
Stadium.
coming in there. So
Yeah, we'll see. We've had that one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, poor from them.
they have better ground than you, look.
Sorry? What, in the championship? 1,700 likes. Let's get that right up before we end up.
10k of you, come on, get the likes
It's a
up,
good show. Get the
guys.
likes up.
Big everyone
Leicester
up, man.
Tottenham. Score predictions around the table. Let's go.
One part of me saying that it's going to be Harry Winks in the 88th minute, 1-0 Leicester, but I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham.
And Oliver Skipp's about to sign.
Yeah, sad day when the
Been
goat
around for a
leaves.
long time.
Yeah, the MVP,
The
MVP, Oliver Skip.
right.
I love Oliver Skip, bless his heart. But no, good to get him off the bit. Honestly, 25 million for Oliver Skip. What a bit of business that is.
Truth comes out now.
Truth comes out.
Yeah.
Score prediction 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't they used to rate this guy, Skip? Now they're
Aren't they
throwing
selling him to Leicester as well?
Now they're throwing him in the Skip. You know what I mean?
That's
And
me.
before.
That's nasty.
No, he was speaking of.
Don't leave him hanging, mate. Jesus. But that was good. Did you rate that one from Rob?
I'm just wondering how they treat their academy graduates. Have they
Hey!
have they got any left in the starting 11? Harry Kane gone, Skip gone, Winks gone.
Mikey Moore, new contract.
Is that what you got? Is that
Do
what
you
you
know
got?
who
Just
wanted
one.
Mikey Moore?
Just
Do you know who
one.
wanted Mikey Moore?
I had two.
Will Lancashire. Jamie
Yeah.
Donnelly's just gone out on loan. Do you know who you wanted?
Yeah.
You wanted Mikey Moore.
Just did
And
we?
he said, no, thank you. I'm signing a new
He said,
contract.
hold
Oh, are you going to
that.
play him?
Yeah, he actually will feature a lot this season.
Well, let's
Watch,
see then.
he's my one to watch.
2-0 away. What did you say?
How dare you? How dare
I
you?
would like to see Leicester pull this off, but they got a great record against it. They always beat Leicester.
3-2 last minute.
Let's
Stephen
beat them to the
Bergwijn.
title. That's all that matters.
We weren't actually ever top.
I'm on
were
to you
never
now.
top.
First
I'm
game,
We were never
on to
top.
you.
We were
First game,
never top.
it's tricky.
Get the archives out.
Anyway, tricky one. It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky game. It's a tricky one to go to. Yes.
2-1 to them.
Steve
lot.
Cooper first game.
Yeah, 2-1 Spurs, I'll go with.
2-1 Spurs.
Who you got?
I'm going to go 2-2. There's no repercussions for predictions here, so I'm just going to
Fair enough.
be an ass.
Fair enough.
Be an arse.
Why not? Right.
Starts me to go on. It's a long
Exactly.
season. Yeah, we're
Ladies
so
and
bad.
gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Sausage of the Week. We're going to get a little
Jingle.
jingle made up and whatnot. But the nominations for Sausage of the Week this week, and I've also added a couple
Beef
myself.
sausage or
Fabian Schar, Ashley Young, Bereton Diaz, Mosquera, Raheem Sterling, Cucurella,
Oh.
Sam Barrott, who is the Brentford and Palace referee that disallowed. And then I have put Robbie and Matisse in, but I'm going to take Robbie out. Yeah, no, because more from what the chat was saying, Robbie sausages of the week and that.
Grace.
I am going to put Matisse in now. I'm sorry, bro.
Why? What did I do? I didn't play. Did I play?
You didn't play.
Did I play?
This can be a mix of players, incidents, and pundits.
Did I play? I gave good Man United
week?
analysis. Who gave better Man United analysis, guys? Was it me or AGT?
At this point, the votes, the nominations
AGT was
have been
really biased.
Yeah.
I think he skimmed over the Man United analysis really quickly,
the nominations
guys.
have been
I think we need flex
finalised,
back.
unfortunately,
I think
Matisse,
AGT should be up for sausage of the week.
Just like one more month till we're all
I
back
praised
together.
Mazawari. What did
When the
AGT do?
sausage becomes the sausager.
Spoke more about Everton than Man United.
All right, sausage of the week. Let's go.
For me, it is cucurella.
Cucurella. Have some sausage in that paella tonight.
Just
yeah?
mental.
Just because of the whole story.
Honestly, the audacity to just go and like call out Haaland on a song and all that.
Abby, you know the word for sausage in Spanish.
Salchicha.
There you go. Salchicha de la semana. Sausage of the week. Who's the sausage of the week?
We'll get to Schar, you know. I mean, come on, you can't do that. Can't do that in football. Even though they bought it, you know what I mean, but it could have cost his team.
Oh, it did. Definitely, it could have. Sausage of the week, I will go with Ashley Young. It's got to be, innit? All right? Ashley Young is the sausage of the week for me. Who you got?
Yeah, I'd probably go Ashley Young as well. I don't think any individual actually cost us. I think it was just quite a few players. That was not great.
Do you see when he asked for Haaland for a bit of help? And he just
but you see what Haaland said after the game.
What did he say?
He said he's asking for my shirt
last year he was asking for my shirt. Now he's singing songs about me.
And do you know what? The song was cringy as well, you know. The song was cringy.
Dealt with him, man.
Can't lie. So yeah, sausage of the week
Here's what it is.
is Ashley Young with 2 votes.
Okay.
So unlucky Ashley Young. The MVP of this show, I think, is Robbie, according to the chat. And then it's Abby, then Matisse, then me. So you've not enjoyed it? No? Fair enough. Brilliant. A couple super chats, then we will leave the building.
Sausage.
Does anyone want... bloody hell, we've got... Jesus. There's a lot of super chats.
All right, catch them up.
Go on.
Rodders says, what's your favourite guys Premier League podcast? This one, obviously. Clara Bitsy, Abby, who is more fun to work with, Robbie or Simon Jones? I think he means Simon Jordan.
I think he means I don't work with Simon Jordan,
Fair
so
enough.
Robbie always.
Robbie, do you still
Simon
think
Jordan.
Arteta's better than Emery?
Despite
read
the
that
Arsenal
one.
Tottenham thing, I'd agree.
The Tumultuous says Pep in post-match interviews was repetitive of how grateful he was to City and the players. Sounded odd after first game. Start of the end. We'll do another video on that, I'm sure. Please support our podcast. Euro Cups to West Ham, Arsenal 1 says Dad's Our Jobs.
Probably one person watching it.
Roberto, savage. Jeez. Roberto says, big up you lot, love the show. It means 4 AGTs. Shout out Trent. Clown? What? Watch yourself. Good luck, Robbie, and Bottle FC this year. City till I die. If you haven't liked, you are a sausage. To be fair, I do agree with that. Robbie, got a bone to pick with you. You endorse Fairplay app, but you keep making bets with DR members without using it. No, these are all logged in the Fairplay account. Don't worry, Anil. Clara, Abby, don't you remember Spurs losing to West Ham last season? Spurs losing to Spurs last season, and Matisse cooked you for wearing a Wolves mask.
Oh, you're talking about Wolves? Yeah, they did the double over us last season. Big, good team.
Tanishk, any Arsenal fan who prefers Arteta, just remember he wanted Saka and cash deal for Zaha, and rewatch that 2-2 draw with Watford where we conceded 30 shots in one half. Clara Bitsy says Wolves, Say Chelsea FC not quite that big for that long, but they capitalised on their 15 to 20 year peak. Credit, that's quite a long peak to be fair, where credit is due. Didn't Emery win 3 Euro Cups in a row? Arteta could never, says Macca.
Oh, brilliant. Listen, Emery's had a great career.
Does anyone else want to take over, Abby?
I don't have him here, but go on. You can
So
dash
the
the
one that I've
laptop at me.
hearted there is where you're starting from.
Cool.
Then you go down. Just 'cause I need a bit of water.
Go for it. Macca says Arteta bottled the league ×2 and finished 8 back-to-back. I'm glad you gave me that one to
Didn't
start
bottle
with.
the league ×2.
Yeah, looked half.
Did he
bottle the league last year?
You bottled top
Come
4,
on.
No,
didn't
he
you?
didn't bottle it. No.
Remember you bottled top 4?
He didn't bottle it.
Bottled top 4. Kondrak19 says, comparing the two is like apples and oranges, 2 different situations. Villa was struggling with Gerrard. Arteta had an absolute bombshell of a squad to sort. However, Emery was scapegoated, I think.
The way in which I compared that thing is I said the next best manager in this league right now, right, and I'm talking about when I'm talking about it, it's like who can win the league is Arteta. So I'm happy with the guy that we got.
Okay. AJ Black says, Unai Emery, this and that. His level is Villa and Villarreal. Emery took over a mess and couldn't fix it, but Arteta did. The dude was out of his depth. And £700 million later. Sebastian Burke said...
You didn't say that. You threw that.
I threw that bit in there.
Give me that, man.
Sebastian Burke said, I would take Emery at Liverpool over Mikel any day.
Would you take him over Slot?
Would you?
I'd have to have a long, hard think about it, you know.
Would you take Emery over Slot?
I'd
What are you
have to think
thinking about?
it.
What's Slot?
No, obviously I'd go Slot because it's the new era and we're used to this now. But
If you're looking
the
at
next
history.
manager...
I think if
Listen,
somebody
Emery would
vastly...
suit
Do you know what it is with Emery? He's in the right place
He
now.
is in the
He's
right
his
place.
right-
Like he's found his level.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should disrespect the level when he's overachieving with teams
No,
and
I'm
winning
not
trophies. If
not
you're
disrespecting
yeah, I know
him
you're
at
not.
all.
But I'm saying if you're winning trophies and you're performing for teams just below the top end, but you're winning trophies and you're overachieving, and you're comparing to a manager who hasn't won anything for a top team, because that's what Arsenal are, a top team, right?
Won FA Cup.
You were massively underperforming in your 8th position. You're meant to be one of the top teams in the league.
Yeah, but that was a long time now. The last 2 seasons, he's had the team
100%. But the size
challenging
of
for
club
the
that
league.
you are, that's the
I know.
level that you have
and
to
he
get
had
to.
us challenging for the league ahead of when everybody thought we would be as well.
100%.
So he's done a fantastic job.
But you still have to win something before you overstep
Of course, but
Emery,
I
in
can
my
only
opinion.
compare the 2 managers because I'm comparing them in what they did for my club.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
One
But
of
there's
them-
no comparison.
One of them didn't have a good time.
There's no
All right,
comparison.
we've got to get through some of these. Mo says, hi guys, big fan of the kits in the background, but I noticed that they are last seasons. Can these be updated, please? Love the show.
They will be updated.
They
yeah,
will be
yeah.
updated.
on
MB
the way.
Mai says, regardless how you look at it, Arteta won an FA Cup in his first 8 months. Emery, Pep and Klopp didn't do that.
True.
R1408 says, Arteta could never do what Emery has done at Villa.
How do you
That's
know that?
also
You can't
potentially
say
true.
that.
Lee Slim
No, you
says,
can't say that.
With,
Why?
with Lee says, without the bias, what Robbie said is correct. As of right now, Arteta is the best manager after Pep in the league. Who else has topped it to win it apart from him? Definitely not Emery. But he's not meant to win it
Klopp
at
did it.
Villa.
But you
Klopp?
mean right now?
Right now is what
now.
I said. I didn't say he was better than Klopp.
Because you couldn't.
No, I couldn't because he's not.
Precise Sign says
Over the
Arteta.
last
Mini
two,
hold.
over the last 2 seasons, he was.
Expired hold.
There's so many super chats. Precise Sign says Arteta won a trophy with Emery, built a team that he couldn't win anything. Marie says MUFC pressed high, something we didn't see last season, and there were patterns. We could see 3 up in the first half. It's lazy analysis, calling it counter-attacking. That's part of football.
We're talking for.
Man
Lex
United.
was going on about that last
Yeah,
night.
listen, you've obviously listened to Flex's rant on TalkSport with me
No,
yesterday.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry.
just go watch his video.
You
Just
felt
go
like they
watch
were
his
playing.
video.
You felt like Man United were
Still
playing
dead.
counter-attacking
Yeah,
football.
It
It's
looked,
a dead
it looked
team.
very similar to what I saw
But
last
it's,
year.
he's hyped them all up this morning. They're very vocal. They've been on me this morning, like,
wound
you
them up
know.
this
Just,
morning, hasn't he?
yeah.
Put a few quid in
I'm
Put,
still
start literally
seeing
put a few quid in them.
better players, but similar style.
Mr. Kaplan says, people, thoughts on Jesus being groped and Kai strangled. We did touch on that earlier, didn't we? Were you using the word groped? Clara Bitsy says, last time Spurs played Leicester, it was 4-1 Leicester. It was, actually. And thank you for reminding me of that, because I
yeah.
did forget about that.
But you normally go there.
That was under Conte and was in our peak capitulation. What's the word I'm looking for?
Capitulation.
Thank you.
He had a great record as well, Conte, before he cut to you up.
Most people do. Kondrak says Chelsea is back. Let's go. They are back. We enjoyed it this weekend, didn't we? All watching Chelsea.
Yeah, it was great.
And Black Hole says, when the season began, I was like, where is Robbie? Who is a slim, trim guy looking like him?
Man,
Big
man.
up to you guys. You're so slim now.
I'm
Look
trying.
at
See, I
you.
called you on Insta the other day.
What do
I
you
bigged
call
you up on your walk. I said, shout out to the not so big dog. Because you're
Anyway,
the big don, but
screaming.
you're not
That
even
was-
that big.
Disrespect.
That was
Disrespecting, man.
You are the
Might have
big
to rough
dog,
him up.
metaphorically.
You are giving. Would you like to do your last read of the show? Or would you like
Yes,
me to
don't
do
forget,
it? Go.
guys, if you're at home, remember to download the Fairplay app. By clicking the link in the description, we've got the QR code on the screen as well. If you join the FPL 24-25 sweepstake, you are in with a chance of winning a share of £5,000.
Cash.
We're getting there, man.
We're getting there.
It's early in the season. We're still, you know.
No,
still
we've got to
getting
warm up
into-
a
yeah,
bit.
we're still getting
There's
into
also golf,
You love golf.
There's also F1.
Zoom.
Vroom, vroom.
One hand out the window like that. There's also boxing as well. So if football isn't your thing, which it would be if you're watching this, let's be honest, then jump on them sweepstakes as well. You must be over 18 and in the UK, please gamble responsibly.
Last super chat that just came in before we sign off. Garbo Staunton says, Mal, why do Chelsea have 6 goalkeepers
Yeah,
on their
why?
books?
Why does
Why
people
is
keep
that?
asking me this?
Because it's your club.
We've gone through this, all right?
We do need you to explain.
You've all seen the wonderful graphics put out by many media outlets on how many players we have. And at the end of the transfer window, that's when we can actually go through the players. Because right now, if they're sold or
do
loan,
that.
we
We'll
don't
do
care.
that.
We'll do that.
We'll do it
You just
Thursday.
bought them though. They're still your players.
Robbie, I don't think he knows all 6.
You don't.
Could you
I've
name
just
all
thought of
6?
the
If
best
you name
idea.
all 42 players,
Yeah.
right, I'll give you £100 right
100%.
now.
Oh my
Well, I'm not
Let's-
going to do that now.
No, let's do that. Yeah, but I don't want you to have time to revise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I can name 42 players anyway.
Go on then.
Wait,
no,
wait, wait,
But they're not. But they're not
Are
all
we
part of
doing
the first
this?
team squad.
Hold on, someone's got to get the list.
Fair
not
play.
part
Get a
of the
fair
first
play
team.
No,
out.
no, 42
Right.
that played the
Full-
first team.
All right, go on, count.
Wait.
You're gonna count.
Oh
I
my
need to get
God,
the list
this is
up.
wild.
Full Chelsea
No, go on.
squad list. Bear with.
I'll do.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do
Right,
this.
am I
You
going
can-
through?
What, you think you
£100
can
Let's do
get
it.
it?
Of-
Am
I
I
know
going
my
through?
team.
Do you reckon they're all on your website?
I can do my team. Come
All right,
on.
all
I
they
don't
have to
know
be on
if
the
the
website.
pictures
They're
have
all
been
on your
uploaded.
website.
Have the
Okay.
pictures
Give us
been
the
uploaded,
goalkeepers
Abby?
first.
Wait,
Huh?
we need a handshake.
What's our handshake?
Fair play.
£100.
Fair play.
Yeah, go on.
On fair play.
Okay. I mean, I've got
honestly,
everyone
come
that's
back
on your
to you to do this.
website.
All right, we're starting in goal.
All right.
Be this guy.
So we go Jorgensen. We
Yeah.
go Kepa.
Yogurt.
We go Sanchez.
Yeah.
We go. Did I say Kepa?
Yeah,
You
you've
second
done that,
that?
mate.
Right. So we got 1, 2. Petrovic as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
4.
Let's go. Let's leave that for
moving
now.
on.
You're
'Cause we're
miss-
saying-
you're
no,
mi-
just because we got website.
But you are missing 2.
Okay,
Get the
Bergstrom
comments
and
back
Beach.
up.
Are they on the
Bergstrom
website?
and who?
Beach.
No,
no-
you're missing.
Incorrect. Give me my
Incorrect.
£100.
No,
No.
Beach isn't on your
Incorrect.
website.
I'm not done. Yeah,
Beach
but
isn't
I
there.
said I was going to move on. She's telling me.
No,
I said
you
I'll
can
come
move on.
back
Move
to
on.
it.
You missed
Who's
one.
Beach?
You missed one. There isn't one.
I can come.
No, but you
You
said
can come
Beach.
back. Come on.
I can come back
but
to
you
it.
got it wrong.
Yeah, but he's
Oh,
no. But
it's
he's
late.
obviously still a Chelsea player.
But he's still a Chelsea player.
Wait,
He's
why
out
they
on
put
loan.
that up on the screen for? Take that
Thank
off,
you,
man. You're
that-
giving the
No,
guy.
that's
You're
2
giving
years
all the
ago.
people.
None of them are in there anymore. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, who's that
years
guy in the
ago.
middle?
Can you just let me do my team?
Yeah, go on.
All right. So Reece James.
that?
You got Gusto. You got Tossin. Right.
Yeah.
You got Badiashile.
Yeah.
You got Disasi. You got Fofana. You got Colwell.
Yeah.
You got Cucurella. You got Renato Vega. You got Chilwell. You got Chalobah. Right. Let's just leave it there for now.
Yeah.
I'm
many
not
is
going to
that?
get into
Okay, I don't know who's keeping track. Who's counting?
Are you counting?
No,
Kinda
none of
lost.
us have been
I'm
counting.
keeping
No
track
one's-
of anyone you missed out.
No one's
Okay.
counting.
No one's been counting.
All right, keep going.
All right. Midfield. Let's go Lavia. Let's go Enzo. Okachukwu's gone out on loan, so he's not there anymore. Caicedo. Right. Dewsbury Hall. We'll just leave it there for now. In terms of the double pivot. Let's go forward. And we got Palmer in
Fucking
Cuckoo.
nail, guys.
Carney Chukwuemeka. Right. We got Mudryk. We got Madueke. We got Sterling. We got Pedro Neto. We got Jackson up front. We got Guiu. Brorio's still there. We got Sterling.
He said Sterling.
I said Sterling.
Yeah.
Who else? We got
Lukaku.
Washington. Washington's on there. Lukaku's on there. Let me think.
I don't.
I have to say, I think he's actually
And
done a very good job.
who else are you going back to now?
I'm just thinking who else.
Has he not? Is he not done it then?
He's
Yet?
missed
No, hold
one.
on. No, because I'm thinking who's on the website.
Well, their
I
pictures.
think
might
we've got
not
to put
have
a time
uploaded.
on this, innit?
Now you want to put a timer on it
We
as
should
well.
have
No,
written
no,
down this
because
differently.
No, we
You're
should have
meant
done
to
this
have
properly.
minutes to do it,
Have a-
and we
yeah.
You
haven't
guys are just
actually
making up the
pressed
rules
on.
as you go along.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Do you want another
Yeah,
2
we are,
minutes?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want another 2 minutes? Or do we?
Hold on a second. I'm just thinking if I've gone over.
2 minutes is long, you know.
Andre Santos not there anymore. Okachukwu's not there anymore.
Hold on.
Wait.
Something else that he's
Wait,
missing players from.
Wait. We'll just go by this.
He's done most of them.
Any more?
I'm thinking. Hold on a
He
second.
did most of them that were on there.
How many am I missing?
A few.
Yeah.
Any more?
No, the way Robbie's looking at me.
£100 incoming.
How many do you think? No, I thought you just give
Right,
me.
let me tell you. Right, so let me tell you the
am I
ones
missing?
you missed, right? So you missed Bergstrom.
No, he did.
I said
Goalkeeper.
He
Bergstrom.
didn't say Bettinelli.
I literally. Oh yeah, Bettinelli.
Bettinelli,
Okay, fair.
sorry.
You can
Yeah.
say
Cecil's
Bettinelli.
saying you missed
so
loads
that's
apparently.
one.
Go on.
You've also
Damn, bro.
missed, is it Adebayo?
No, he said
Tossin?
Tossin. He said Tossin.
He's not first team.
But you did say
You're
But
saying
he's,
Acheampong.
he's in your
I
squad.
said Tossin. Yeah, I said
These are,
Tossin.
these are players on your
Yeah,
squad.
Tossin,
and
I
thing.
said.
You said Tossin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
good.
Tossin. That's his
didn't
first
hear-
name. That's his. You just
Okay,
said
I
his
didn't
second
hear
name.
say. Did you say Josh Achkopon?
That's not really a first team player.
He's
He's on
on
the
your
website.
he's on your
See, this is what I'm
website.
saying.
I told you
He's
you got
under-
42
he's under
players.
20
It's impossible
He's
to have a
under
first
22
team player when
players.
he's
Oh,
got
no,
42.
that's right.
He's in your first team
But
squad.
he's an under 23 player.
But he's in your first team
You
squad. It's
also
on your
have
site. It's not put all
You
your.
also have sections on your website
Include-
Right, wait a minute.
that split
Did
them
you-
up.
He's a-
into
he's-
under
he's
21.
literally under 23
Bashir
player.
Humphries.
No, you didn't do that.
Right,
He's out
you
on
didn't
loan.
do.
I think he's actually no. He should.
Bashir Humphries.
He
you
shouldn't
didn't
be.
do
He
him.
shouldn't be on the
These
website.
are
But he's
made
on the
up names.
website.
He just left. That's old. That's
Right, he's on
outdated.
your
These are
website.
made up
He
names.
just sold to Burnley.
Omar Kellerman.
He was just sold to Burnley.
Omar
He's
Kellerman?
an under 23.
He's on your first team. It's
He's
your
an under
first team
23.
squad,
He's He's literally 18. He's in
I don't care. He's in your squad.
He's not a first team player.
Right?
He is a
He's
Gordon.
in your squad.
He's in your
this shit don't
first
count.
mil.
squad.
These people don't count.
Anyway, should
You
we
do
wrap it
Tino
up?
Anadrin?
No.
Tina Anajarin.
Did you do Nkunku?
He's not saying that name right.
Nkunku?
Oh,
Tino.
Tino.
He's on it. Look, he's here.
This
Right?
guy
What
was
is
on.
going on
He's
here,
on
guys?
it. He was on loan at Portsmouth last season.
He's
your
here,
first
and he's
team.
back
He's
in
not
your
a first
first
team
team
player.
squad. He's on your first team. He's
on
in your
your
squad.
roster.
He's as relevant to us
It's
as
your
James
roster.
Spearing.
Wow, bringing Jason.
Wow.
This doesn't even include all the youth
Why'd you
teams.
say fuck me for?
Lord heavens.
Tyreek George.
Another under 23
Lives
player.
near.
But
Tyreek
But
George.
they're not, because you've got a
Lives
separate
near.
category
He
for
lives
that.
near.
He lives
These are your
near.
players, bro.
Nah, you man are doing
Anyway,
They're
we're
your
going to wrap it
players.
up.
You man are
boys,
doing way
and
too
go.
much.
When I go-
So when you say Chelsea have a
Jesus.
big squad and you start
Wait.
including
So listen, when I go into Arsenal's first
You've
team
also
squad,
got at the top drop downs for your under 21s, for your under 18s. And
That's
then
your first team
Club need to
squad.
fix
on
up.
loan,
Doing too much.
look at your loan one.
Yeah, I know our loans. I'm not bringing up loans. They're not here.
Anyway, we're
Club
going to wrap it up.
wild.
This has been DR Sports. This
These are
has
youth
been the
players, you
weekend
know.
roundup with Abbi,
100 quid.
the Don, myself,
players.
and Matthijs. It's been a knackering show, but I hope you've liked
Especially
it.
for him.
Very much so. Let's get them likes up, people. We'll be back on Thursday for much more of the same chaos. Make sure you join us then.
Listen, man, you already know what time it is. Season 2 of SCM on DR. We're back.
What? This is the Premier League, mate.
How the hell do we deal with that?
Yeah.
Let him know you're there early.
Listen, you already know what time it is. FCM Season 2 on DR. We're back. Live and direct in the flesh.
I'm the last line.
It's too much drama. It's way too much drama.
Liverpool fans are tuning into La Liga to hate watch Zubimendi.
Hey, make sure you check us out on Sundays, man. 7 p.m. usually. Oh no, let me not
You
add a
can't say
time.
you.
What's going-
No. Let me not add a time.
Don't be too fancy, man. Just receive the ball and pass it away. Don't ask you to dribble. Just
Let me do it. Go and check us out right here every Sunday to see these handsome faces.
hey, let's get on it, man. Let's get on.